by Scott, and Cannon Parkman setting it up to kick off. Get the picture now. Georgia in red. Lost the toss. They'll kick off. Perriman and Flowers are deep for Tech. Tech in white tops, gold pants, gold helmets. And the Dogs with that silver and black and white trim. Parkman went back up and set it straight on the tee. At this moment, this crowd is only about, in attendance, 68,000 or so. Of course, shopping malls and traffic in this area have been brutal now for about the last 4 or 5 hours. We don't know how many more are going to try to come. Dogs and Tech kick it off at the end of the year. Low, flat, funny kickoff. Hit on the 7. Came off a guy's hand, goes back in the end zone. Lathon Flowers will down the ball back there. And so Tech will bring it out and set it up in play on the 20-yard line. Crowd is still trying to come in. Loran, what do you got?
Well, I got Ron Elliott with us, one of the team doctors. What's the latest with Eric Robinson?
He had a severe allergic reaction right before we went back in before the game, and we think it may be to the dye on the grass. But he's doing fine now, but we're not going to let him come out yet.
All right, Tech up to it. Tommy Luganville is their quarterback. The backs are shifted a little. 2 wideouts, but not real wide. Georgia's in a 4-4. Tech puts a man in motion, and they go to the tail. They open up a hole in the middle, and C.J. Williams took it out to about the 28. Corey Johnson, the free safety, hit him first. C.J. Williams, who's had himself 3 straight weeks since Tech settled on 1 running back. C.J. Williams has had a lot of yards. He's had 3 very good weeks in a row. 6'1", 195, and a redshirt freshman. Ball on the 28, and Tech is immediately going to be second down and about 2. Dogs flip-flop around, come up into a 5. Tech's in a 1-back set. Luganville fakes, play action, throws to the far side, and it is intercepted over right on the sideline and out of bounds by Will Muschamp around the 30 or 35. Intended for Zachary, the wide receiver. Will Muschamp, who played like a wild man against Auburn, has just grabbed the pass.
Well, his final game at Sanford Stadium is starting off good, Larry, and he played an excellent ball game at Auburn, and that is Luganville's 12th interception of the year, and that's been a problem for him all season.
Nebraska, Oklahoma, 3-3 at the half, and we've already had 2 major upsets today before that thing went 3-3 half. Now, hang on here. Zaire underneath, Davis and Bowie the backs. Bowie shifted behind the right tackle. Tech's in a 4, and Zaire's going to go to the tail, and they hit Davis right there in the middle on the 33, and he only got 2 yards. Ralph Hughes, redshirt freshman defensive end, hit him first. And I have twice seen already, and we're hardly in the game, a couple of guys try to say something to each other after the play is over. Dogs up to the line. The gain was only 1.5. It wasn't 2. Second down. A short 9, technically. Dogs in an I. Tech's in a 4-3. Zaire underneath. Tech's cornerbacks pull back a little. And Zaire is going to fake it to Davis and look and throw it down the middle. And it is complete, I believe, or ruled incomplete on the 23. David Hendricks, the strong safety, knocked it out of Maurice Harrell's hand. And Tech had triple coverage on a tight end. And you don't normally see that now. Not on a tight end. Third down. They set the ball back 6-8 inches, so now it is 3rd and 9. Georgia has intercepted a pass. They want to use the turnover. They need to use the turnover. Final game of the year here. Zaire goes shotgun with 4 wideouts. He's got a back behind the right tackle back with him. Zaire takes it and looks. Goes to the left. It is complete to Daniel on the 30. He's down to the 29 and out of bounds. It's not a first down. Wilkerson, the linebacker, hit him. Juan Daniels, a sophomore flanker, caught a little 4 or 5 yarder, had to stop dead by the sideline and couldn't move. Ball is just barely 6 inches inside the 29. It's going to be 4th down and 4, and they may reach for a field goal here. Crowd still coming in.
And the crowd that's already here didn't like the call, but Ray Goff going to try to get the 3 and get some points on the board here early.
Pellick will hold the ball outside the 35, and Parkman going to stick it up in the air with pretty good power. Good. And Cannon Parkman's got a field goal. It's 3-0 Georgia early. Timeout for Tech, and for the second time early in this first quarter, Georgia will kick off again. They lead 3-0. And Cannon Parkman hits it high, deep, backing up in the end zone about 3 steps, but running it out. Lathan Flowers to the 10 and hit on the 15, 17-yard line. Philip Benton, a linebacker, was one of them. And also on to play Gene Tootle, an inside linebacker on that kick covering team. And Tech will put it in play on the 17.5 where they'll be first down. Dogs in red, Tech in white and gold. 3-0, Georgia leads. Tech threw an interception on their second offensive play. Dogs are up virtually in a 5. 3 down linemen and a man standing just outside the defensive ends. Tech's in a 1-back now, though they did that earlier. And they'll go to him, C.J. Williams, who jumps into the line, and we'll hit him around the 22 or 3, but he got about 4 yards. C.J. Williams hit by Marcus Williams, a linebacker, and Travis Jones, a defensive tackle. Got a lot of fine seniors playing their last home game here today as far as Georgia's concerned, and boy, is it going to hurt when it comes time to replacing these guys. From time to time, I will mention their names. Tech here is second down now. That gain was only 6, but that's a big chunk of yards. This second and only 4. He got more than I thought. Now we're in a 4-man line. Luganville underneath goes to the tail, who cuts back in, got good blocking, and he might have a first down. C.J. Williams, they're opening a hole in the middle. They have 3 men over 300 pounds, 2 guards and a tackle in that offensive line, and they are not little freshmen, and they're blocked well. Greg Bright, the linebacker. Marcus Williams, a linebacker, hit him. It's going to be first down for Tech as they got it out to the 28. So the gain was 4 or 4.5. And Tech has punched out a first down. They ran it all last week very, very well, but kept turning it over. Tech with 2 tight ends. They go to Williams again. He cuts back against the grain, and he's out to the 36 or 7. He got about 8 more. Philip Daniels, a linebacker, had to hit him. Man, they've got a spot in the middle of that defensive line, and they are flat running it. That gain was 7, second and 3. Ball out on the 35.5.
Williams off to a quick start already, Larry. 26 yards on 4 carries. This coming off a 206-yard performance last week against Wake Forest.
They're running a 1-back set. They have 2 wideouts. They have another back outside the right tackle. Now one of the tight end pulls goes in motion, and they unbalance the line to the right. And Tech goes to Williams again, and he slants back in the middle, and he's got about 6 or 7 more up to the 42. Tech is banging it away in the middle with that great big line and opening huge holes. Philip Daniels had to hit him again. Ball is going to be up on the 42 or 43, another first down. Tech just slamming it away in the middle of that line. Michael Cheever over the ball, a little midget among the others because he's only 285. Slot to the left this time. Go to Williams starting in. He got hit from behind, but he got to the 45 and only got 2.5 yards. Marcus Williams from behind. One man pulling him down, and coming up off the bottom was the nose tackle. Travis Stroud was there on that stop. Ball on the 45. Tech is going to be second down, 7.5 or 8. They're taking Williams out. Michael Smith will come in. 219-pound senior. Georgia Tech in white, Georgia in red. Dogs lead 3-0 early. Crowd still trying to get in. Quick snap. Luganville back to throw. Good protection. Goes to the left side. It is complete, and we hit him and get him out. Where did he step out? All the way on the 38. Charlie Simmons, a flanker. Robert Edwards hanging on to him. Greg Bright coming up to help him. And they hit about a 20-yarder. From their 45, they got 18 yards to the Georgia 37, and Tech is flying down the field. Dogs lead 3-0, 10:22 to go. We've already had Virginia upset today, and we've had Texas Tech upset today. Tech, 2 backs with a slot to the right. Luganville going to go to Smith, and Smith drives through another big hole in the middle down to the 30. They're opening huge holes 5-6 feet wide right in the middle. And Whit Marshall hit him. Robert Edwards hit him. Ball just shy of the 30. The gain was 7, second and 3. C.J. Williams now back in and Michael Smith out, and Georgia Tech is flat blocking our line. Big, strong offensive line. They've been healthy now for the last couple of weeks. And they have rolled up a lot of yards on the ground the last couple of weeks. Tech flip-flops and unbalances the line over to the right side. Luganville behind and is going to hand it to Williams. He starts in at the guard. We hit him. I don't know if he got the 2.5 or 3 or not, but he's awfully close. He went into his right guard where the hole has been, and Stroud and Marshall hit him. Storm had an arm on him, the tackle. The ball's on the Georgia 28. 3rd and 1. It's 3-0, Georgia leading. We intercepted a pass, got stopped, but kicked the field goal, a long one. And now Tech is 3rd down and only a yard. And with all that beef they got in that line, guess what they're going to do here? 1 back, 2 wideouts, 2 tight ends. They go to the back, and he jumps through and down to the 23. Boy, he almost went all the way. He killed an official as he came over the top of the pile. He needed 1. He hurdled for 5 or 6. Tech's got another first down on the 23.
I think Georgia may have gotten a break there because I think Williams was tripped up by one of his own men, Larry, as he hurdled over the line. He caught one of the legs of an offensive lineman that was laying on the ground. That's the only thing that prevented him from picking up more yardage.
Georgia Tech has driven this thing steadily now, 60-odd yards, and they're all the way down to the Dogs' 23. And now they call time. Luganville calls time. So do we. Timeout. Georgia leads 3-0. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network. There's a brand new home video out on the history of the Georgia-Florida game called Border War, Battles of the Gators and the Dogs. Call 1-800-351-5551 to order your copy for 1995. 1-800-351-5551 to order Border War, Battles of the Gators and the Dogs. Scott, you got some yardage?
Yeah, Tech started at its own 18-yard line, and they've gone the entire distance on the ground except for one Tommy Luganville pass. That was an 18-yarder, but C.J. Williams doing the dirty work on this one. He's carried every time but 2 plays on this drive, and they're about to run their 10th play. Right now, C.J. Williams, 8 carries unofficially, 43 yards. Michael Smith has the other carry, and he's got 6 yards. So Tech off and running on the ground.
Tech has rolled up 59 yards on this drive, everything on the ground. They run a wide out in motion. They step back, overload to one side of the slot, then they flip-flop to the left. A lot of moving around, and Luganville's going to go to C.J. Williams. He starts in the line. He got hit on about the 18.5, but he might have 4 big yards. They're just shoving the middle of the Georgia line back. Stroud and Godfrey on the stop. Ball on the 19. Gain was 4, 2nd down and 6. That's one of the shortest gains they've had. They've had a 2.5 and a 4 in the last minute or so as they got closer and closer to the goal line. 2nd and 6. Tech in white and gold, and the Dogs are in the red with the breeches and the white. Tech's Luganville, slot right, going to run a draw. C.J. Williams cut inside of the 15 and took it down to the 13. I think he's got a first down. Ran a real good play. Philip Daniels hit him. Linebacker missed him a little bit behind. They're big tackles, though one of them is not big. He's only 275. The other one is a monster. They're really getting blocking along the line.
That time Georgia brought Randall Godfrey on Tech's right side just to try to fill the gap and add another body up there, but Georgia guessed wrong. Unfortunately, C.J. Williams went off the left side that time, so Godfrey's attempt was kind of futile.
Tech now down there knocking on the door, and they're around the 13. 3-0, Georgia leading. Measurement, Tech first down by half the length of the football. Tech acting very much like 90% of the time today. They could just simply run the football. They're so big along that line of scrimmage. Michael Smith is now in to get C.J. Williams some rest at the tail. They're using a one-back set about 5-6 yards behind the quarterback. The 2 tight ends pull in. They got a slot wide right now. Now they bring one man in motion who slips, then turns around and goes back. Luganville to Williams, who stops to cut in and got hit around the 11. Matt Storm played it pretty well, and Philip Daniel, a linebacker, was trying to help him. Godfrey was coming over. He started wide. He should have stayed wide. He stopped and cut and only got the ball to the 11.5. It's 2nd down and a full 8. 3-0, Georgia leads. Michael Smith and C.J. Williams have alternated at the tail, and it's Michael Smith now. He's a little bigger back at 219. 2 wideouts. Luganville to Michael Smith. Tried to go in, got knocked upside down. Stroud tripped him, one of the men, to knock him upside down as he came across the 10. Godfrey trying to help and Bright trying to help. And the ball is spotted where? Right on the 10. He only got 1.5 yards. Tech now becomes 3rd down and about 7. They're on the Georgia 10, and they've used up many minutes on this drive. C.J. Williams is back in. The fans ought to get into this thing. We need some help down here. 3rd down on the 10. 2-back set this time, and Luganville drops back to pass. Throwing in the corner, and no, he landed outside. He made a leaping catch, but he landed 6-8 inches outside. There is no argument. Cedric Zachary, the wide receiver, had beaten us down the left side near the corner, tried to stretch and then drag his feet and couldn't do it behind the end zone. And Tech becomes 4th and 7 on the 10-yard line. And Chris Leone will try for a field goal. Tech did not argue the call. He couldn't get a foot down in bounds. He was just behind the back of the end zone. We put 8 men on the line. Tech going to try to tie it up here. Snap. Set it down, and the kick is up. The kick is good, and we're all tied up here, 3-3. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network. 3-3 tie, a little over 6 minutes in the quarter. Loran, what do you got?
Well, Georgia Tech certainly looked good on that series, Larry. And I think what's happening is that they have a lot of formations, and the Georgia coaches anticipated this, trying to spread the defense out to create more running options inside. And they were successful on that drive. And Georgia's going to have to come up with a defensive technique or two to try to neutralize that ability to get those blocks going in the middle of the field, which is where the guy's just sort of picking his hole and running whichever way the linemen take the Georgia defense.
I'll tell you, that was a mammoth drive. 7 minutes and 6 seconds off the clock, 72 yards and 15 plays for the Chris Leone 27-yard field goal to tie the score.
All right, and Dave Frakes will kick off for Tech. 3-3 as Tech drove it 82 yards. There's a funny bouncing flat kickoff rolling over the 15, picked up a Hines Ward on the 10, comes to the sideline, driven out around the 24 or 25-yard line. Tech really blocked us in the middle of the line on that drive all the way down. Eric Billingsley, a cornerback in the kick covering team, and Nick Ferguson, another cornerback on Tech's special squad, made those last tackles. Dogs on their own 25. Three tie. 2 wideouts. Davis and Bowie talk to each other, shift back into an I. 4-man front. Toss sweep to Davis, who turns and cuts. Breaks a tackle. Gets 10, 12, 13, 15 out to the 40. Terrell Davis running hard. Flag down late. Let's see. Flag down just in front of it. D, the free safety, and Lathon Flowers, the corner, were the men that stopped him. Georgia is retreating. Let's wait and see what we got. Yep, it's on us, and we will lose a 17-yard sweep outside. And at this moment, old Lady Luck is frowning bad. 3-3 tie. Davis made a tough run, and the penalty is going to wipe it out, an illegal block. Repeating, TCU upset Texas Tech 24-17 today on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard. NC State upset Virginia 30-27. Georgia's women defeated Ohio State today in basketball 79-70. And, of course, Georgia's men go against Western Carolina and kick off the men's season tomorrow night at 7:30 here. After the penalty, they bring it back to the 32, so he gets 7. And it now becomes first down there. They haven't moved the sticks, though the scoreboard says they have. Over there, they say first down and 3. Zier throws out in that left flat. It is complete to Bryce Hunter as he gets across the 35 or 36. He's knocked down by Perriman, the cornerback. From up here, it's a first down, but I'm not sure if those sticks are right across the way. Officials at the moment have stopped it. It's 3-3 tie, and the ball on the 36. Georgia on their own 36, coming up to the line. It's a first down. Dogs have 2 wideouts and a 2-back set. Tech's in a 4-3. We're tied. We intercepted a pass, only got a field goal. Then Tech drove it from their 18 all the way down and got a field goal. Zire back to throw. Out here to Terrell Davis on the 37. Secondary going to get him on the 45 or 46. Maybe 9.5 or 10. Perriman hit him first. Brooking, the linebacker, hit him. And did he get 9 or 10? The officials are marking it around a 46.5. And if they put it there, that spot will make it a first down. It is. It'll be a first down. They're very slow with the sticks over there today. We could have a new crew. First down on a 46.5. 3-3 tie, first quarter. Slot left. Taking a 4, but one of the corners is up there. And they go to Terrell Davis, who bangs inside and gets hit as he crosses a 50. Looks like 4 yards. James Richard, the redshirt freshman, hit him. Pause 10 seconds. Station identification. Georgia Bulldog Network, a division of Paxson Sports.
Bet the folks at Waffle House can say hello before you do. For the best food and friendliest service in town, visit your favorite Waffle House. Waffle House, America's place to eat.
News Talk 750 WSB Atlanta.
Tech's got a man down, the defensive end, Ralph Hughes. At this moment, because the Dogs are showing signs of a running attack, too, they don't look like either one of them can tackle the other guy if he runs the ball. They punished Georgia's center of their line primarily on their long drive. They really did work on that.
And you go back and think, Larry, and how nice would it have been to have a healthy Terrell Davis all season long. He's the last 5 games or so, he's really started to come around. Of course, 2 weeks ago at Auburn, had his best game of the season, 25 carries. 113 yards. Hines Ward carried the load while Davis was suffering that pulled hamstring. He ran for 357 yards in the first 5 games, but in the last 5, Hines Ward has only carried the ball 17 times for 45 yards. And right now, Eric Zire needs only 375 yards to move into second place on the all-time NCAA passing list. So whether we'll see that or not today, I don't know.
Second down and 6. The gain was 4.5. Dogs are on the Tech 49, 2-back set. 4-man front, go to Terrell Davis at the left tackle. He pushes his way as he reached there, 44.5. I don't know if he quite got the first down. Cox and Brooking, a couple of linebackers helping. Dogs blocking well on their left side, and Terrell Davis is slashing it pretty hard. Ball is inside the 44. It might be 6 inches shy. So that gain was 5 or 5.5. It's second down and about a foot. Dogs in red, Tech in white, 3-3 tie. Some latecomers still trying to get in. The tremendous traffic a few miles from here, traffic jam, I should say, has kept some fans from getting here. Georgia just inside the Tech 44. Need about a foot. Got 2 tight ends. Got Hunter slowly in motion. And they go to the tailback, and they hit him behind the line and drive him back. They broke the blocking down and just drove in and hit him 2 yards behind the line. Freddie Koger, defensive end, was the first man that broke in and hit him. And Terrell Davis could not give the 1 foot we needed. Cox, the linebacker, helped him. Also, Dogs lost 1.5 yards and go back out to the 46 and have to kick. And Tech has stopped them. 3-3 tie, 3 minutes, and we are in a terrible war. 10 men on the line. They don't rush them all. And the kick angling off to the right, hits on the 18, bounces over the 15, and will slowly roll in Georgia's favor to the 10.5, and it'll be Tech's ball down there. Now, how are they going to come? They're going to put those 300-pounders and drive it right up the gut again. That's what they did the first time. 3-3 tie with 2:47. 17 seniors leaving out there for the final time, including 3 walk-ons, Willis, Hughes, and Exley, who have practiced all their life and been scrimmaged on and knocked around. They also leaving among the 17. Tech's got Luganville underneath, 1-back set, go to C.J. Williams out to the left corner to the 15 and run out, stepped out about the 17, but I think he got 6. They blocked well on the corner. And Robert Edwards, the cornerback, had to come up. Tech talked about their running game a couple hours ago early on part of the tailgate show. Once they got and settled on one healthy tailback, they have done very well. And, of course, it helps to get that center back in the middle of the line, too. Injuries almost wiped them out in August and September. Tech is second down, about 3.5 now. And they go to C.J. Williams, and they block, and he cuts in, and it fumbled. And one of our defensive backs caught it in midair in the 25, and it's down to the 22, Robert Edwards. C.J. Williams had it punched out of his hands on the 22. Edwards caught it right in front of him on a piece of luck and scampered to his left and is knocked down on the 23. Another turnover and another break. Are they going to use this one? 3-3 tie. Georgia's ball on the Georgia Tech 23. And the Dogs come up to the line. David Weeks over the ball. 2-back set. Tech's in a 4, and they got men up with our wideouts. Zier looking at them. Tech has 7 men in the box. Zier going to retreat and look and fires to Davis on the 20. One-on-one, and a guy knocked him down on the 16, Nathan Perriman. Whit Marshall and Philip Benton on the stop that forced that fumble in the air, by the way. Nebraska's leading Oklahoma on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard 6-3 in the middle of the third quarter. Records don't usually mean much in that series either, and that's what everybody always said about this game throughout history here. Dogs are second down and a short 4, maybe 3.5, around the Tech 17. Backs in an eye. Bowie turned around and said something to Davis. Zier gives it to Davis, who slips on the wet turf and falls down before he gets to right tackle. David Hendricks hit him. You remember early in the year we had men falling down on that turf all the time without rain. I don't know what that is. Ball on the 18. We lost the yard. Third down. We're in a 3-3 tie here very late in the quarter, 90 seconds. Georgia 3rd and 4 on the Tech 18. Have to go to the 14 for a first down. Crowd starts to come up for this thing. 2-back set. Tech's in a 4-4 now. Zier looking at it. Zier retreats. Fires over here to the left to Terrell Davis. Pulls away from the 10, and they spin him out where he stepped out on about the 8. Terrell Davis stiff-armed one man and fought him and took him across the 10. They got him around the 8. David Hendricks, the strong safety, got him. And the play was about 9 yards, 10 yards down to the 7.5, goal to go. Selma Calloway has come in, and Bowie comes out at fullback. Georgia on the Tech 7.5, goal to go. Zier dumping it out to those backs coming out there. 3-3 tie late in the quarter. Georgia in an eye. Zier looked and hollered out at his left wideout. He has 2 men split. Zier going to toss sweep. Terrell Davis turns and cuts and fights his way close to the goal line. Wilkerson hit him first. Selma Calloway, the fullback, threw a great block in there to help Davis, who almost slipped on the wet ground. I don't know why it's wet. They put it on the 2. 5.5-yard gain, and it's second down. 2.5 for a touchdown. Now that the traffic jam has done its damage, my guess is at the most 70-odd thousand in here. I don't know the paid attendance. 2 tight ends. Tech in an 8-man line, and flag down, and it doesn't matter who banged in there. From up here, Terrell Davis went in, barely in at right guard, but let's check a penalty here. We've already had a 17-yard play call back, and now we got a motion penalty, and we're going to have something else called back. 21 seconds left. Tech, however, has thrown an interception, and they have committed a disastrous fumble. At the moment, we have only cashed in on 1. Penalty coming. Back out to about the 7. The official's mic has got a bad feedback. Dogs now be second down, 7 for a touchdown. 21 seconds in the quarter, 3-3 tie. Final game for a great bunch of seniors trying to win their 6th game of the year. Zier underneath. 2 split backs. Tech wasn't a 5. They dropped back to a tight 4-3. Hunter slowly in motion on the right side. Zier looks, and there he is right on the goal line. Hunter scored in the middle. He delivered it to Hunter, who slowly drifted in toward the tackle and then shot to the goal line and turned around, and Zier hit him right in the belly, and the Dogs lead 9-3. 15 seconds left here. Tech has turned it over twice, and we got 9 points. Parkman to try the extra point. The kick is up. The kick is good, and it's 10-3. Timeout. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network. 15 seconds left only in the quarter. 10-3 Georgia. Parkman will again kick off. Third time. Kick is a long, booming ball, and back in the end zone again, but he'll run it out. Lathon Flowers from 2 yards in the end zone to the 10, to the 15, off balance. Tripped by Sipes, is it, on the 22? Alonda Sims. Alonda Sims tripped him around the 12 or 13. He fell on the 20. And it'll be Tech's ball there, first down. 10-3. Now, will Tech come with that big running game again? Have we shifted or flopped some people around in the middle of the line?
Yes.
Rouse is now in at the nose guard. Georgia Tech, one back set now is Michael Smith. So they go to Smith, who bounces outside the right tackle. One man missed him, and then they drive him out, but he's all the way to the 30 before they get him out. They ran him outside, and he got outside. Pushed out by Carlos Yancey, the cornerback, and they'll mark it on the 29. He got 9 yards. Scott, they got a lot of yardage rushing, haven't they?
Yeah, they're working on it. They've got 83 yards unofficially on 16 carries, and C.J. Williams with the bulk of that, 65 yards on 12 carries. Smith now with 18 yards.
Georgia Tech on their own 29, 2nd and 1, and now the quarter will be close to ending with the clock stopped at the last play. We got 2 seconds. One back set, Michael Smith, slot man in motion, and they go to Michael Smith. He comes outside, and as he gets to the sideline, we finally knock him out, but he's all the way up around the 40. I thought he had stepped down in the 36, but it makes no difference. It's about 11 or 12 yards. He tight-roped down the side, and the secondary had to hit him. Tech is eating our line of scrimmage and our linebackers alive. At the end of the quarter, 10-3 Georgia. Timeout, these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network.
15 down, 45 to go in the 87th renewal of the big one this year between the hedges at Sanford Stadium in Athens. As we begin the second quarter of action, it is Georgia 10, Georgia Tech 3. Hi again, everybody. Bob McCann along with Kim King, legendary Tech voice Al Serraldo, Al Jr., Tommy Barber, and we welcome back Jim Gladlich here at Sanford Stadium. And Kim, in this series, in this decade of the 90s, we started with Tech in 1990 with that 40-23 romp on the way to a big victory over Nebraska in the Citrus Bowl. But the last couple of years have been marked by tight games in the first half, and Georgia just with their depth wearing the Jackets down in the second half.
And Eric Zier, he's been the real reason they've been able to do that. But if you look at this first quarter, more of the same. Georgia Tech turning the ball over. 2 turnovers, one on their own 34 that led to a Georgia field goal. And then C.J. Williams getting an apparent first down, but the ball popped loose. Robert Edwards picked it up, ran it back to the Tech 23, and then a few plays later, Zier hooked up with Bryce Hunter for a 7-yard touchdown toss. Tech drove the ball from their own 18-yard line all the way down to the Georgia 10, a 15-play drive. Chris Leon kicked a 28-yarder, and that's how the score stands, 10-3 Tech. 6 first downs in the first quarter. Georgia only 3, and decided advantage time-wise to Georgia Tech. They had the ball for huge quantities of time, primarily because of the running game. It's been successful so far against Georgia. They're knocking Georgia off the ball, and the only thing that's hurting Tech is that same old bugaboo, the turnovers.
Well, the Yellow Jackets going left to right, marching east, if you will, here at Sanford Stadium. All-American punter Jason Bender in motion near side. On the first down, handoff goes to Michael Smith. He went right side and stutter stepped somewhat and found just a little bit of running room, not much. He met nose guard Walter Rouse, the sophomore from Cordele. Actually, no gain, 2nd down and 10.
C.J. Williams comes back in. Michael Smith will stay in, so Tech will go to the 2-back set. Smith, no room on the right side. Georgia's defense penetrated, knocked him down, no gain.
Charlie Simmons split to the near side. Zachary flanked to the far side. Smith and C.J. Williams in the backfield. Fake to C.J. Luganville rolls on the run, and he flips it, and the ball is intercepted at midfield across the 40 down to the 33-yard line. Left cornerback Carlos Yancey, the senior, and the third turnover of the first half for Georgia Tech, and here come the Bulldogs again. And the Yellow Jacket receiver came, and I'll have to check with Al Serraldo. All I saw was the ball towards some red jerseys, but a jacket was coming down, but his back was turned to Luganville and did not even see the ball coming his way.
Well, I think he was motioning for him to go a little deeper, and they had a little mix-up, and he tried to lay it in. It was just thrown too short, and Yancey has come up with a third Georgia turnover here early in the game.
Well, now the Yellow Jacket defense is back out there once again. Came after the Yellow Jackets held the ball, albeit a field goal, for almost 8 minutes in that first quarter. Gave the defense a chance to rest, but not since then. The Yellow Jacket defense has been out there in the first minute of the second quarter here in Athens. Georgia stacks up 3 wideouts to the far side. Hassan Graham near side. The one back is Terrell Davis on first down. Zaire, play action pass, fires it complete at the 29-yard line, inside the 20, 28 is Juan Daniels. Daniels wrapped up by David Hendricks and Nathan Perryman. On the far flat, took the ball at the 31, was wrapped up, but got away from a Yellow Jacket defender for 2 more yards. A pickup of 5, second down and 5 from the Tech 28.
Zaire that time was trying to set up a throw deep down the middle, but Tech's defense gave him a confused look and adjusted for it. He went out in the flat to Daniels, who was open, but Hendricks hit him very quickly. Did pick up 6, though.
Second down and 5 from the 28. Again, Terrell Davis lined up in the backfield for the Bulldogs. Triple wideouts far side. Again to pass. Zaire across the middle. It is incomplete at the 10. Jimmy Clemens deflecting it from split end Hassan Graham. It went up in the air, but no Yellow Jackets near the ball on the far sideline. Incomplete. Third down and 5.
Zaire trying to throw a little short post pattern that time, but the ball came off Graham's hands, incomplete.
35 for the Bulldogs. Here comes Georgia in their home red jerseys and silver breeches. Third down and 5 from the 28-yard line. Georgia leading Georgia Tech 10-3. Zaire goes into the shotgun, double wideouts to each side. Now a third comes to the far side. The snap, Zaire drops back, fires it complete at the 22-yard line to the 19-yard line, and a first down for Georgia. It is Juan Daniels, the flanker, on the slant pass. David Hendricks wrapping him up, but a first down for the Bulldogs.
Bob, Eric Zaire is dangerous from that shotgun formation because it gives him an extra second or two to be set back there and read the defense. That time he saw that Daniels was open underneath. Nothing open downfield. He took it, got a first down.
In the wide open offense for Georgia, Terrell Davis, the senior tailback. Behind quarterback Eric Zaire gets the snap from David Weeks. Zaire fakes the handoff across the middle, all open, touchdown Georgia. Juan Daniels, the flanker, as we saw the other one, Bryce Hunter, a moment ago, went right between the hash marks, danced right down the middle. The ball at the 5, in for a touchdown, and Georgia's lead is now 16-3.
Busted coverage that time. I believe Rodney Wilkerson didn't pick up Daniels coming on the little post pattern. He was wide open. I think you could have made that throw, Bob. Touchdown, Georgia. 3 turnovers. Georgia's converted on each 3.
And Cannon Parkman with the point after touchdown. It's good. And with 13:27 left in the first half of the big one here in Athens, your score now on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard. Georgia 17, Georgia Tech 3. You're listening to Yellow Jacket Football. 13:27 left in the first half between the hedges at Sanford Stadium in Athens. Georgia leading Georgia Tech 17-3. And kind of scary, Kim King. A week ago, the Yellow Jackets had 3 quick turnovers. Wake Forest amounted 17 points. So, too, the Yellow Jackets here in Athens, 2 interceptions, a fumble, and 17 points for the Dogs.
And Georgia's been handed golden opportunities. The first turnover, the interception, Will Muschamp at the Tech 34. They got a field goal out of that one. Then Robert Edwards got a fumble at the Tech 23. They got a touchdown out of that. Carlos Yancey, the second interception of Tommy Luganville here early in the second quarter. got it to the Tech 33-yard line. 4 plays later, Juan Daniels on a post pattern, wide open, busted coverage by Tech. 20-yard touchdown toss. Our 2 TD tosses here early in this football game. Georgia on top of Tech 17-3.
Cannon Parkman gets ready to boot it right to left from east to west here at Sanford Stadium in Athens. Back deep for the Yellow Jackets. Nathan Perryman and Lethan Flowers. Flowers to the near side. Perryman across the way. Again, as we wind down a Friday afternoon here in November, the kick by Parkman is end over end. Down the near hash, Flowers. Across the 15, 20, 25, sideline 30, 35, 40 on his feet to the 45-yard line. Lethan Flowers. Good blocks opening the way by Jamal Cox and Ron Rogers of Georgia Tech. Well, let's see if that can give some momentum to Georgia Tech. And here we see senior from Alpharetta, Georgia, clapping his hands coming into the huddle, Kim, Graham Stroman.
Well, Bob, Luganville, 2 interceptions, 2 very costly interceptions that cost Tech 10 points. And Coach George O'Leary going with Graham Stroman.
A 41-yard return for Lethan Flowers. Here's Tech 1st and 10 from the Tech 44. Bender in motion near side, joining Simmons. Handoff C.J. Williams. C.J. gets it across the 45-yard line to the 47. Almost 3 yards for C.J. Williams, hit by inside linebacker, the junior from Valdosta, Randall Godfrey. So it's 2nd down for the Yellow Jackets. Clock under 13 minutes left here in the first half. 2nd down and 7 from the Tech 47-yard line. Harvey Middleton, the H-back, who had thought to be lost all year long, now is the flanker to the far side. Simmons split to the near side on 2nd and 7. Stroman to C.J. Williams. C.J. puts his helmet down and gets wrecked near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard gain again, helmet to helmet with junior Randall Godfrey. You can hear it up here. It sets up a 3rd down and long for the Jackets.
Bob, when your throwing game has cost 2 turnovers that have led to 2 touchdowns, you're almost afraid to put a fresh quarterback in and throw the ball, particularly when your running game's going well. Georgia's sensing that. They're sensing Tech doesn't want to put it up. They're bunching in there on 1st and 2nd down. They stopped Tech for only 5 yards and 2 rushing plays.
Yellow Jackets with Zachary, Middleton, and Simmons, the wideouts. Here's Stroman, back to pass. Goes for it all, down the sideline, open, and complete. At the 10-yard line, 1st and goal, Jackets split and Charlie Simmons.
Great catch by Charlie Simmons. Stroman just threw that ball as far as he could throw it. Didn't get a lot of trajectory on the pass, Bob. It was a line drive type of throw, which made it even tougher to catch. Georgia had man coverage. Their defender was looking at Simmons. Simmons was able to adjust on the ball and over the shoulder made a great catch down at the Georgia 10-yard line. Big play for Tech.
Well, Robert Edwards got beaten bad by big Charlie Simmons at 6'5", quietly having a super senior year for the Jackets. 1st and goal for Georgia Tech from the 10. Here is Graham Stroman. Now Papashak in motion behind Graham. Handoff goes to Smith. Inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 4.
Counterplay that time. Papashak and Vance doing a good job. They put Papashak in motion and then just blocked him up the middle. Smith followed the lead and got good yardage all the way down inside the 4-yard line, just shy of the 3.
2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Michael Smith remains.
Tech late getting a man in off the sideline. Time clock now. They're going to bring him back.
All right, under 10. Michael Smith in the backfield with C.J. Williams. Graham Stroman now with 5 seconds. Still talking to his lineman.
Going to have to hurry. They got to take a timeout.
And they waste a timeout with 11:10 left. Here in the 2nd quarter, it's Georgia 17, Georgia Tech 3 on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard. Let's go to Edgar Tragetz in network control with an update of all the scores.
All right, Bob. NC State's Tremaine Stevens, an 84-yard touchdown run midway through the 4th quarter. That was the difference. The Wolfpack over Virginia 30-27. NC State takes ACC 2nd place. Right now, early 4th quarter in Norman, Nebraska.
Smith takes the handoff, darts left, touchdown, Georgia Tech. And credit all the the beef on the line for Georgia Tech. Curtis McGee, Brian Bravey, Chuck Furneaux, Jason Dukes, Cheever, Pete Maiello, Todd Vance, Jeff Papashak, and company. Graham Stroman gets the job done quickly for the Jackets. It's Georgia 17, Georgia Tech 9.
Key pass play, the 41-yarder to the Georgia 10 on 3rd and 5 from the 49. Stroman hit Simmons. Smith got 6 to the 4. Smith went over the left side.
Most of his opportunities. Backup quarterback Graham Stroman has been involved in some big pass plays this year. The kickoff by Frakes is going to be picked up at the 6-yard line. 10, 15, 20. Hines Ward, 25, 30, 35, and knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line by Georgia Tech's Michael D. As we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Georgia Tech Football Network.
Did you know the best grilled chicken in town is at your nearest Waffle House? Treat yourself to grilled perfection today at Waffle House, America's place to eat. 680 The Fan is WCNN North Atlanta.
So Lathon Flowers returned it. A good one for Georgia Tech. Now Hines Ward comes back 40 yards for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the 40. Hines Ward now in at scat back behind Eric Zier on 1st and 10 for Georgia, leading Tech 17-10. Zier fakes to Ward, fires it on the far flat, incomplete. It goes past Hines Ward at the 40-yard line. Good coverage by inside linebacker Jamal Cox. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Good read by Jamal Cox that time, Bob. His middle linebacker coming up tight. Hines Ward Zier faked the ball to him. He ran to the left flat. Jamal Cox read it, was right on his heels. Ball thrown low and outside, but Cox was in good position, incomplete.
Baltimore, Maryland native, has NFL scouts in attendance here today. 2nd down and 10 from the Dog 40. As Zier under center with double wideouts near side, one to the far side on the 2-step drop, fires it quickly. Far flat complete at the 45-yard line. Up to midfield is Jeff Thomas, the split end, dragged down around the ankles by Nathan Perryman of Georgia Tech. It'll be shy of a 1st down, not by much.
Good read by Zier. Had 2 flankers wide to the left, ran one down deep to clear things, just hooked up Thomas on the left sideline. Underneath, he was wide open. Zier hit him with the ball, almost broke a big play. Tech tripped him up. They're going to bring the chains in from across the field to see whether or not Georgia has gotten another 1st down. For 1st downs, Tech 7. Georgia has 5 in the contest.
Georgia Tech's nationally ranked basketball team opens the 1994-95 campaign tomorrow night at 7:30 at the Alexander Memorial Coliseum against the Rattlers of Florida A&M. And it is shy by several inches, 3rd down and inches for the Bulldogs. Georgia 2 for 4 in 3rd down conversions here in the 1st half. So the Yellow Jackets looking at the clock with 10:46 on the Mayer and Berkeley Rolex game clock here at Sanford Stadium. Defensively, with Ralph Hughes, James Richards, Bill Noose, Elliot Fortune, Keith Brooking across the front. On the corners, Perryman and Flowers. Inside, Rogers and Cox. And back deep, Ryan Stewart. Here is Zier, runs into a mix-up right at midfield. He should have the 1st down, Terrell Davis.
Davis got it, Bob. He ran right into Zier. Tech didn't get any penetration. That was the difference. And Davis was able to get off Zier and dive over for a Georgia 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Their 5th 1st down here in the 1st half.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Georgia Bulldogs send flanker Juan Daniels right. In twin backs, Jeff Thomas to the far side. The pitch, the reverse. It comes to Daniels. Daniels midfield at the Tech 45 down to the 43-yard line. But a flag on the other side of the Tech sideline is down at midfield.
Might have been a procedure call on Georgia. Let's check it. They tried to set the reverse up with Daniels. Flank to the right, but Bill Noose, a holding call on Georgia. Even better for Tech, 10-yard penalty. Flag thrown at the midfield stripe, so that'll put it all the way back to the Georgia 40, make it 1st and 20 from that point. But Bill Noose made a good play that time. The right tackle, he was a contained man, and he had to turn it back inside, which he did. The pursuit knocked Daniels down, but again, Georgia penalized 10 yards for a hold call. Make it 1st and 20 from there. 10:06 to go in the 2nd period. Georgia leads Tech 17-10. Georgia has scored 3 times off 3 Tech turnovers.
Well, the Yellow Jackets have scored when they've held on to the football, 1st and 20 from the 40. So Georgia starts back where they started. Under 9:50 left here in the first half. In the shotgun, Zier. High snap. Here comes the rush. The screen complete at the 40. 45, and going nowhere is Hines Ward. He got a grab around the right ankle from outside linebacker, a freshman, Keith Brooking, on the fellow freshman, Hines Ward.
Little center screen that time to Ward, who just took the ball over the middle. Looked like Georgia may have it set up pretty well, but another freshman, Keith Brooking, outside backer, came in and grabbed his leg, pursued, knocked him down, 5-yard pickup.
Yellow Jacket defense trying to hold the Bulldogs off, trailing 17-10 here in the second quarter. Again, Eric Zier in the shotgun formation, shaded right by the scat back Hines Ward. Triplets to the far side, one to the near. Here's Zier on the drop, fires it over the middle, complete at the 41-yard line, close to incomplete. They say he trapped the ball, split end Jeff Thomas. And just listen to the Georgia boos here at Sanford Stadium.
Boy, Bill Noose really leveled Eric Zier after he unloaded the ball. Clean hit, but ball was thrown a little bit underneath that time, and official ruled that it was trapped, so Georgia will face 3rd and long. No question the ball was a fumble as we looked on the, or not caught, I should say, as we looked on the replay.
3rd down and 15. Possession play for the Georgia Bulldogs. Again, triplets to the left. A single receiver to the near side out of the shotgun. Shaded left by Hines Ward. On the snap, Zier drops back from his 37, fires a complete at the 40-yard line of Tech to flanker Bryce Hunter. So momentum should be enough for a Georgia first down.
Great throw by Zier that time, and nobody had picked up Hunter. Ran a little short post pattern, and Zier with a perfect throw, and Hunter stretched out just enough, about 1.5 yards to be exact, to get Georgia a first down. So Tech, after having Georgia with 1st and 20 from the Georgia 40, 3 plays gives up another first down for Georgia.
Cam, it's been a tough year of 3rd down and long conversions at times against the Georgia Tech defense. So Georgia has a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line, going right to left. Here with 8:30 left in the first half in Athens. Now Georgia calls a timeout. Little bit of a mix-up. Chris McCraney, the flanker, one of a few Bulldogs to signal the sidelines for a timeout. And we'll take a break with a score on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard. Georgia 17, Georgia Tech 10. We're in Athens here on the Georgia Tech Football Network. 8:26 left in the first half at Sanford Stadium in Athens. Georgia Tech trailing Georgia 17-10. When time is in, it'll be first down and 10 from the Georgia Tech 38-yard line. And right here, Kim, that play in the first half looms as another one of those key situations where on a 3rd down and long, Georgia gets another opportunity to use some clock and further put some points on the board when the Yellow Jacket offense, fresh off a touchdown drive, wanted to get it back.
Key conversion for Georgia. 3rd and 15. Zier, as he's done so many times in his career, got him the first down.
Georgia sends 3 wideouts far side. Hassan Graham split to the near side. Here's Zier on the draw to Davis. 35 inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Knocked down by Jamal Cox. And a pickup on first down for the Georgia Bulldogs senior from San Diego, California.
Good move by Davis that time. Bobby had a Tech man right in his face at the line of scrimmage. Should have been a stop for no gain. He just gave him a little juke move, went on downfield, got it to the 33, pickup of 5.
Zier comes back under center. Double wide outs to the right and left. The lone back is Terrell Davis. 2nd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. Here is Zier, rolls out, fires it far flat, and off the fingertips of Jeff Thomas at the Tech 28-yard line, right about the first down marker. Sets up a 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Bob, the thing that makes Eric Zier such a great quarterback, he throws the ball so quickly. You never really get him back there holding the ball. He either gets it upfield to a receiver, or if it's not there, you're going to see him throw it away. That time he rolled quickly, just threw the ball a little outside of the intended receiver's grasp.
All right, another opportunity for Georgia Tech's defense to get the ball back. 3rd down and 4 from the Tech 32. Here is Zier. Play action pass. Here comes the rush. He gets it off. Complete for a first down and more. And the ball is fumbled. It's loose at the 25-yard line, but Georgia's on the spot. And they pick up the fumble. Juan Daniels. And a player is down for the Georgia Bulldogs.
I believe that's Eric Zier.
And he's not moving at the 40-yard line. But it's a first down for Georgia. Georgia there, Kim, getting the bounces. As it hopped up in the air at the 25-yard line, came down in a red jersey. But the Georgia fans looking at the 40-yard line as Eric Zier is being rolled over from his belly to his back. Well, the Yellow Jacket outside linebacker got in there quickly as they're warming up redshirt freshman Mike Bobo. Eric Zier laying prone on his back with his left hand holding the top of his helmet. 7:34 left in the first half at Sanford Stadium in Athens. Georgia 17, Georgia Tech 10, as a wobbly Eric Zier needs some help. One under the right shoulder, one under the left. Let's see who got him. He got submarine, Kim.
Bobby, it rolled his knee up, and that's what's wrong with him. He's either got a bad ankle or a bad knee, and that's a tremendous blow for a great football player. You hate to see somebody get hurt. Eric Zier, great quarterback for Georgia. You just don't know whether he'll be able to get back in the game or not.
Well, it was Elliott Fortune that rolled him, but here is Mike Bobo. Will he be the future quarterback for Georgia or Hines Ward? Well, that'll be decided next year. 1st and 10 from the Georgia Tech 25-yard line. Mike Bobo leads an I formation. Terrell Davis, the tail, gets it. Gets stopped for a loss, a 1-yard loss. Jamal Cox and Lethan Flowers darting in on the stop. 2nd down and 11.
Keith Brooking made a good play then. Georgia now, with Bobo in at quarterback, loses a dimension of an Eric Zier. Bob, they got the 2-back I formation set. They're telling Tech they're probably going to try to stick it in there and run it, but look for the play action pass.
4 for 11 this year for Bobo, 119 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Double wideouts to the far side, a twin backfield of Bowie and Davis for the Georgia Bulldogs. Here's Bobo, fakes the tail, play action pass over the middle, incomplete at the 5-yard line. James Warner had the ball, an opportunity came, it was right there, and then got knocked down by 3 Yellow Jackets at the 5-yard line, led by Ryan Stewart.
Boy, he was wide open, Bob. Good play fake that time, and Bobo laid it right there, a catchable ball, couldn't hold on to it. Tech was lucky.
Went off the big right hand of James Warner, the senior from Noonan, Georgia. So it's 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs, going right to left, leading Tech 17-10. 6.5 minutes left here in the first half.
Big play here, Bob, for both teams, particularly for Tech's defense.
Shotgun, 2 wideouts right, now 2 wideouts near side. The snap on the drop, fires it over the middle, complete at the 22-yard line, but the Yellow Jackets drag down. Lethan Flowers drags down Hassan Graham at the 23, about 8 yards shy of a first down, and the Bulldogs will try for the field goal.
Big play by Lethan Flowers, a senior. Graham coming underneath, took the toss, looked like he was going to try to race to the sideline, but Flowers came up and wrapped him, knocked him down for a 3-yard gain. Parkman's going to try a 40-yarder.
36 of 37 this year for Stone Mountain's Cannon Parkman. Good snap, good hold. End over end kick is high enough, and it's good. 3 more for Cannon Parkman. The kid is like 95% this year. Really, the only solid offensive performer for Georgia all season long. Your score on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard with 5:56 left to go in the first half. It's Georgia 20 and Georgia Tech 10 against the Bulldogs.
Well, as we've said already, with 5:56 to go in the second period, Tech has turned it over 3 times. Georgia has 20 points on the board. 17 of those 20 points have come on opportunities they've taken advantage of on Tech turnovers. 2 interceptions and 1 fumble by Tech. All 3 coming deep in Tech's end of the field. Eric Zier and company. Zier 2 touchdown passes already. Injured on that last series, and I would doubt if we'll see him, Bob, and with any more action. He's either got a bad knee or bad ankle, so we'll see Bobo go for Georgia. Had a touchdown pass, almost there, was incomplete. Did a nice job. Parkman, second field goal of the game.
Zier with an ice pack on the right knee down below us, right in front of the hedges. Here's Cannon Parkman from the 35. It's going to be short. Far side, end over end at the 8. It comes down to Perryman. Perryman across the 20 and runs up to the 25 where he slips and falls. No help from Gene Tootle, the sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. And the Yellow Jackets will set up camp 1st and 10 with 5:49 left here in the first half. Graham Stroman, who's been the backup this year to Tom Luganville, even more so with the shift of Donnie Davis to wideout. Davis now out for the season with a facial fracture. Michael Smith in it back. It's Michael Smith finding the near corner, but not finding anything. Thrown for a loss at the 22-yard line. A loss of about 3 yards. Met by outside linebacker Philip Daniels.
Nothing going there, Bob. Georgia really reading Tech's running game on first down, bringing everybody up tight, bringing the linebackers, and Smith tried to turn the corner, but the penetration beat Tech's blocking wall that time, knocked him down for a loss. Back to the 22, loss of 3.
Senior Michael Smith has over 1,000 yards rushing in his career. Had 71 last week against Wake Forest. 2nd down and 13 for the Yellow Jackets from the 22. Here's Zachary in motion. Some movement on the offensive line, the right side for the Yellow Jackets.
5-yard penalty.
Dukes and Todd Vance started early.
That'll put it back at the Tech 17-yard line. So Tech now going backwards on one running play. Smith losing 3 back to the 22 on first down. 5-yard procedure penalty on Tech. Put it back at the 17-yard line.
Well, a tough time for Georgia Tech going backwards with 5:02 left here in the first half. 2nd down and 18. Yellow Jackets came already trailing by 10. Trying to hold Georgia off, and Georgia will open the second half with the football. The clock rolls. The Yellow Jackets on 2nd down and long. From their 17, they need 18 for a first. Quarterback, senior Graham Stroman on the drop, on the handoff. Smith, 20, 25, and a flag goes down at the 27-yard line.
Watch the call, Bob. If this is against Tech, it'll be a killer here. And usually those penalties coming in where the blockers are would indicate that the offense has got one. Let's see what the call is going to be. Holding call on face mask. So a face mask call on Tech. Nice run by Smith. Got it up to the 25-yard line, but Tech again, another penalty. We're going to bring this one back.
Coach George O'Leary with a bewildering look on his face as he puts the headsets back on as he walks along the sideline around the 30-yard line of Georgia Tech. 2nd down and 23.
Bob, you don't want to turn it over here. Tech's already done it 3 times, but you've got to get the ball downfield and try to get a chance to not get a first down, get better punting position. You can't run the ball here in this situation.
Todd Vance got his hand caught in the face mask of Greg Bright. Here is Stroman from the 5. Pass is complete. An incomplete drop at the 24-yard line by Charlie Simmons. He got about 12 yards back on that 2nd down and 23, but dropped the football. He was hassled by left cornerback Carlos Yancey.
The report we have from the Georgia sideline, Eric Zaire has bruised his right knee. He will not return anymore in this contest.
All right, so it's up to Mike Bobo in Georgia, but right now it's up to Graham Stroman in Georgia Tech. The Bulldog partisan crowd here at Sanford Stadium on their feet with 4:20 left in the first half. Their Dogs leading Tech 20-10. Tech sends 3 wideouts. Here's Stroman. Here comes the rush. Good protection now. Runs out of the pocket from the 8. Fires it. And it's over the head of Cedric Zachary out of his hands. Incomplete at the 23-yard line. Again, Carlos Yancey was right there. Not enough by any means of the imagination for near a first down for the Jackets. A punting situation for the first time for all ACC punter Jason Bender. Also vying for All-America, the nation's number 2 punter will stand at 1 yard deep in his goal line. Jeff Thomas back at his own 47. The snap from Andrews. Bender rides into it from the 4. It's high. Thomas at the 47-yard line at midfield in Tech territory down to the 47-yard line of the Jackets. 41-yard punt, a 6-yard return. Michael Smith and Ron Rogers, the tandem tackle for Georgia Tech.
Tech really dug themselves into a hole, Bob, after getting a couple of penalties back-to-back and losing 3 yards on first down. Stroman threw incomplete 2 tosses. Bender, nice job of kicking the ball, but Georgia has excellent field position. Ball at the Tech 46-yard line. 3:57 to go in the half. Georgia leads 20-10.
Mike Bobo, the redshirt freshman quarterback. Brian Smith from Spartanburg, a sophomore. Now the backup for the Dogs. 1st and 10 from the Tech 46-yard line. Here's the handoff as flags go down. Free play for Georgia, and they get it inside the 40 to the 39, Terrell Davis. Lethan Flowers and Jamal Cox Felling, the senior from San Diego.
Offsides on Tech, so Georgia will take the play, decline the penalty. That'll make it 2nd down and short.
Georgia 20, Georgia Tech 10. To wrap up the 1994 campaign for the Yellow Jackets on the road in Athens. Jackets with Fred Koger, Pat Bradford, Raleigh Boulware, James Edwards, and Jimmy Clements across the front. Flowers and Perryman on the corners. Inside, Rodney Wilkerson and Jamal Cox, and back deep, Michael D. and David Hendricks. Mike Bobo, 6'2", 210-pounder from Thomasville, Georgia, sets an I formation for Georgia. On 2nd down and 2 from the Tech 38-yard line. Bobo fakes the fullback, gives to Davis. Davis inside the 35 to the 33, but a flag down at the 38.
Watch a hold call.
That's where he ran in to his offensive lineman, and all the scrum began.
Look for the hold call here, Bob. Usually when you see a back break free like that, somebody's holding. Holding call on Georgia. Flag's thrown up at about the 38. 10-yard penalty. Should put it back to the Tech 48-yard line.
Terrell Davis, the senior, 6'1", 211-pounder, has really come into his own the last couple of weeks as Georgia thinks they have found a running game, albeit in the final games for one Terrell Davis. Hasn't made a lot of noise this year, but the scouts, too, looking at him because of his speed and quickness. So make it 2nd down and 11 for the Bulldogs from the Tech 48-yard line. They split the backs, Bowie and Davis behind Mike Bobo. Here is Bobo on the drop, looking, fires, complete. 41-yard line, inside the 40, down to the 38 is Bryce Hunter, the flanker. And the flanker has been the key receiver for Georgia's offense here this afternoon.
They're matching him up inside, Bob, and Bobo's doing a nice job of reading Tech's coverage and just throwing the little short toss. Hunter almost got a Georgia first down, finally tackled at the Tech 38-yard line, 10-yard pickup.
Tech did get to Eric Zier in the ball game, but again, good blocking on the offensive line for Georgia. Adam Meadows, Steve Roberts, Antonio Fleming, Troy Stark, and David Weeks. Here's Georgia, 3rd down and 1 from the Tech 38-yard line. Mike Bobo to Davis. Davis runs into a line, Blunt comes off of it, and goes left to the 35 for a first down. Nose guard Zach Pillard getting the arms around the waist. He got stopped around the line of scrimmage, but made his way to the right to the Bulldogs sideline and got that extra yard for a first down.
Bob, once again, poor tackling by Tech. They've done it several times in the contest. A Georgia back could be stopped. Davis primarily pulling away from tacklers. Tech not able to wrap up.
James Warner comes in at tight end. Bryce Hunter at flanker for the Bulldogs. Here's Bobo on the pitch to Davis, right side, 35-30, and he stumbles. Luckily for Georgia Tech's defense, Mike D. putting the touch on Terrell Davis at the 35-yard line. He found the hole, Kim, on the right side in front of the Tech sideline and looked to turn that corner, but lost his footing and fell flat.
Good for Tech that he did, because that play's been very effective. Georgia's run it several times here in this contest, and Davis has gotten good yardage on it.
Well, Mike D. tried to shoestring him, and he did on 2nd down and 5 from the Tech 30. Tech trailing 20-10. Fake to the handoff. Rolling is Bobo. Gets rid of it. Incomplete at the 20-yard line. Great pressure from Freddie Koger at outside linebacker. Incomplete. 3rd down and 5 as we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Georgia Tech Football Network.
Since 1955, people have come to Waffle House for a good deal, friendly folks, fast service, and great value. Waffle House, America's place to eat. 680 The Fan is WCNN North Atlanta.
3rd down and 5 from the 30-yard line. Georgia doubling up Tech 20-10. Freshman, redshirt Mike Bobo. Tech showing a blitz. The ball is loose. He gets it back. Bobo just lofts it straight ahead, up in the air. Touchdown, Georgia. Flanker again. Juan Daniels with 2 Yellow Jackets. All went up for grabs, and the Bulldogs take the lead 26-10.
That's a killer, Bob, because if they don't make that play right there, then they've got the long field goal. At 23-10, well, you can say Tech still in the contest, but Georgia now 26-10, getting ready to make it 27, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on Georgia Tech.
Here's Cannon Parkman. The point after touchdown is good. Tech went on for the Bulldogs one more. And with 1:16 left to go here in the first half, it's Georgia 27, Georgia Tech 10. And the Bulldogs have averaged giving up 27 points this year in their ball games. They already have 27 with the Yellow Jackets 10, and the Jackets now fighting back here at Sanford Stadium in Athens. And Kim, you mentioned the real killer. Bobo bobbled the snap. It seemed off the back of David Weeks. It bounced right back to him. And with the pressure, the blitz applied by the Yellow Jackets, he just threw up the prayer, the duck. You know how to duck hunt. Just threw it up there. And just out racing the defense was Juan Daniels. He leaped. He caught it. Touchdown for Georgia.
And that's a big lead, 27-10. Tech with 1:16 to go in the half. Tech only has 1 timeout left, and boy, if Tech can get some points on the board, they might have a chance to get back in it. But Bob, anytime Tech has gotten behind like this in earlier games, they've just not been able to mount an effective comeback. A lot of pressure here. The only thing that might be a difference, Eric Zaire injured, won't see any more action, but from what I saw from Bobo, he got the touchdown for him.
Cannon Parkman, the junior from Stone Mountain, gets into it and kicks it end over end in the end zone. No return for Lethan Flowers, and the Yellow Jackets will take it first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Georgia 27, Georgia Tech 10, and the Bulldogs will get the football to open the second half. So you don't mind giving up a crazy play now and then, but really the Yellow Jackets, Kim, can kick themselves for the 3 turnovers, resulting in pretty easy points for Georgia. So Jason Bender now goes to the far side. 2 wideouts near side, Zachary and Simmons. In the shotgun is Graham Stroman.
I can't tell you the price because that price may drop by the time you get here.
At the 27, 30, 35, and he finally gets knocked down. A first down for the Jackets with 1:07 left in the half.
Good play by Zachary, Bob. Instead of getting it out of bounds, worked his way upfield, finally stopped at the 35. Clock stops with 1:07. They'll put it in play now after the first down marking was set.
Yellow Jackets have only 1 timeout remaining. Double wideouts far side, 1 near side, and Bender in the shotgun. Here's Stroman. Lets it go again, and Charlie Simmons was held up at the 45. The ball landed at the 30. Right corner, Robert Edwards in on the coverage. Incomplete, second down and 10 with 52 seconds left.
But Bob, that was an uncatchable ball. That's why they didn't throw the flag. That ball was thrown over everybody's head. So Tech coach is screaming over here on the side, wanted the penalty, but I think the official made the right call.
Georgia 27, Georgia Tech 10, 52 seconds left here in the first half in Athens. Yellow Jackets now with Todd Vance, side on the left side. He'll send Bender from the far side, near side. Middleton and Charlie Simmons. Now Middleton joins Bender. Flag is down on the snap. Graham Stroman rolls at the 30, 35, 40. Heads for the sideline and a first down. But a flag is down inside Tech territory at the 29. They'll bring it back. 44 seconds left.
5-yard penalty on Tech. Penalties and turnovers continue to plague Tech. Stroman got Tech up at the 46-yard line for first down with 44 seconds and 1 timeout left. But wouldn't you guess it? Tech penalized here 5 yards. Going to bring the ball back. And that's going to make it second and long. So actually going to be first and 15 from there.
So Tech has 1 timeout and 44 seconds to work with. 70 yards away from Pater here in Athens right before the first half ends. Tech trailing by 17. All points they've given up off turnovers. In the shotgun, the snap to Stroman. Fires a complete 35, 30. It's Simmons up to the 44-yard line. Should have enough for a first down. And he does not. He's shy with 32 seconds. The clock rolling. Tech goes without the huddle. Under 30 seconds left. Down to 25. Under a 14-yard gain. 3rd down and 1. The snap, it's low. Stroman picks it up. Backpedals, now pulls it up to the 40. From his 40, looking to get rid of it. Fires it incomplete. At the 45.
Time on that. So Tech's going to take their last time out.
Well, Tech, with 12 seconds left, 4th down and 1. And they take their final timeout, trailing 27-10.
I'm sure that in the heat of the battle that Tech would like to turn the clock back on that one, Bob. I think I'd like to 3rd and short, try the 1st down and stop it, and then you get a couple more plays. As it is, if Tech gets the 1st down here.
Well, Georgia has 2 timeouts. Who knows if Tech will see what decision they make. Georgia leading 27-10. Yellow Jackets try to get something going, try to get some points back on the board before the end of the 1st half. So the punting team now comes on for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. All-ACC first-team punter Jason Bender will set up at his 31-yard line and boot it away. Georgia, let's see, they don't have anyone back deep. The snap, here's Jason Bender from the 35, rides it straight away. And the ball keeps bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. The Yellow Jackets touch it at the 1-yard line. And that's it for the time here in the 1st half. So, that's the end of the first 30 minutes of action. The 87th renewal of the big one with the score on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard. Georgia 27, Georgia Tech 10.
Getting set to start the 2nd half here. Georgia with a 27-10 lead over Georgia Tech. And certainly when we get another Eric Zier update, we will pass that along to you. Taking a look at some of these statistics, Terrell Davis, 51 yards, leading Georgia on the ground. He's the only ball carrier, as a matter of fact. Georgia Tech, C.J. Williams, leading ball carrier for the Yellow Jackets, has 70 yards. Zier finished the day 13 of 18, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns. His final numbers on the season, 3,396 yards passing this year, 24 touchdowns for the career, 11,153 yards, and 67 touchdowns. Let's go down to Loran Smith on the sidelines. Loran?
An update on Eric Zier's condition. He's still in the locker room, the training room, down to your right there, Scott. I talked with Dr. Butch Mulherron before coming out, and he said that, again, that it doesn't appear that surgery is in order for Eric, and should Georgia get invited to a bowl game, he probably could play.
Wow, that's certainly some good news, or at least promising anyway. Let's cross your fingers and hope Georgia hangs on to this 17-point lead and wins the 6th and does get invited to a bowl game.
Breaks, kicks off for Georgia Tech. 3rd quarter. High and hooking a little left. Hines Ward on the 4 and trying to come up the middle of the 20 and is crushed on the 21 and driven back by a lot of bodies, including a couple of his blockers. Jimmy Clements, a strong safety, hit him first. And a farewell on the defense for Matt Storm and Carlos Yancey, Will Muschamp, Travis Jones. Our 4 men on the defense in their last regularly scheduled home game, plus those walk-ons I mentioned, Willis and Hughes and Exley. I'll give you the offense when I can. Tech 7 men up in that box up close in a 4-3. And Bobo underneath. Zier is gone. Toss sweep to Davis. Needs a block. Going to get him to the corner. 5 yards. 10 and out of bounds. Maybe a 1st down. Mike D, the free safety, shoved him out. It'll be very close. Final home game. Jerry German, Hassan Graham, Jeff Thomas, Zier, Bill Montgomery, Terrell Davis, Steve Roberts, Scott Brownholtz, James Warner, Maurice Harrell. What are we going to do for next year? Dogs up to the line. Davis took that sweep and got 10. It is a 1st down. Bobo underneath. I with 2 wideouts. Tech's in that 4-3. Bobo hollers out at his wideouts and then settles back down, and Tech comes up into a 4-4. Give it to the tailback, and Terrell Davis, 5, 10, 12, and a first down. We're blocking in the middle like they did. Rooney Wilkerson, the strong side linebacker, got him from behind, and Terrell Davis just got 12 up the middle. The play before, he got 10 outside. Repeating, the Georgia women's basketball team rallied in the last minute and a half, by the way. The game was tied going in the final 2 minutes and beat Ohio State 79-70 today on basketball opener in the new Coliseum. I say new. Bobo underneath. An eye and 2 wideouts. Toss sweep. Davis going to get a block and get him out for 5. Going to get himself about 10 or 12 more down to the 45 or 6. Nathan Perriman, the cornerback, got him. Bowie, a good block. Bryce Hunter, the flanker, a good block. And the Dogs are coming down the field on the ground. Bill Hartman, Coach Bill Hartman, who's coached our kickers for 1,000 years, also retired today. Really got a standing ovation from the crowd at the halftime. Dogs up to the line. Bobo's the quarterback. An eye and 2 wideouts. Texan a 4-4. Now they move a man over. It's a 4-3. Toss sweep coming to Davis. Going to turn and cut, then come back outside, and they hit him on the 44. He only got 1.5 yards. D and Perriman hit him. That time the legs weren't fresh enough to get all the way to the corner. Though he slowed down and wanted to cut, then he tried to come back out. Davis out and Bowie out. Ball on the 45. Gain was 2, 2nd and 8. Now they bring Bowie back in there. Dogs lead 27-10, early third quarter. We are in an eye with 2 wideouts. Bobo underneath. Tech drawing people up, figuring that we will not go to the air much with Zaire gone. Bobo toss sweep. Hines Ward is going to throw a long pass. It's short. Our receiver went up, and the guy wrapped all around his neck, and it's no interference, just incomplete. Hines Ward tried to throw a halfback pass. Didn't throw it far enough, and Hunter had to turn around and fight for it. Incomplete. And the people around me were all hollering interference.
Hey, it looked like Perryman got his arms around him before the ball got there. They're going to show a replay, so we'll get a look at exactly what did happen.
Yeah, he pulled his head and his headgear back. But these are all officials from the ACC, and that shouldn't mean anything. It really is not supposed to mean anything.
Might be NFL officials today.
3rd down and 8. Now, trips to the right. 1 man left. Bobo looking and looking. Dumps it to a back. Ward going to be hit and yanked down on the 43. They got a face mask, and Goff is just furious because they won't call it. Wilkerson, the linebacker, got him. They twisted Hines Ward head around in a circle. Only got 2 yards. They covered our receivers, and Bobo looked all over, dumped it to the back for 2 yards. And it's 4th down, and we'll have to punt. Dax Langley, 27-10, still leading by 17. And again, Zaire's gone. Tech put 9 on the line. They don't rush them all, and Dax Langley kicks short. He comes up and is hit immediately. Didn't go fair catch. Now they drop a flag back into 15. He had not signaled fair catch, but let's see. Maybe they say he did. He came up to the 18 and went down, and the officials are talking. They threw a flag on the 15. Interference on us. Apparently we were too close to him, I guess, as he caught the ball. And there'll be another penalty on Georgia. 27-10, Dogs lead. We tried that halfback pass that everybody's been calling Coach Goff about on Sunday nights, wondering when Hines was going to throw it, and Hines' arm was not up to it. Now the ball is just on the 20, only 5 yards from the spot of the foul. Timeout here, early third quarter, 17-point lead. They're 17 down. Graham Stroman is the quarterback. They shift over another tight end to the right and unbalance a line, and they give it to the I-back, who's at the tackle, pushing for at least 4, C.J. Williams. It'll be 2nd and 6. They ran behind Bravey, 6'5", 319, a big kid out of New York. And let's see what they're going to give him. Slow on Pyle there. Storm was there. Marcus Williams was under there. Ball on the 24, 2nd down and 6. Dogs going to try and hang on to this lead, 27-10. Bobo got us one. with great effort, and plus to the receiver, Juan Daniels. Stroman underneath, going to go fake. Bootleg out to the right, running, throwing, threw it out of bounds. Receiver trying to cut across. Yancey covering. Went to Zachary. He bootlegged out, and Philip Benton, the linebacker, chased him across. And it'll be third down. 27-10, and the Dogs lead. Third down, 6. Tech started the game by just destroying the center of our line. Occasionally the tackles. Graham Stroman, their quarterback, has Tech on the 24, 17 behind, and he drops back, and he whips it to a man open out on the 33, complete, and he goes out of bounds. Edwards helping him, our cornerback. Hit a bullet over there for 9-10 yards. Harvey Middleton, the wide receiver. And let's give him on the play. They put it on the 36. Robert Edwards forcing him out. 12 yards, first down, Georgia Tech. Dogs lead 27-10. Again, Zire got hurt, and from what we can tell, no surgery necessary. That's the report so far. Tech, 3 wideouts, 1 running back. We have 5 men up in there in the front. Stroman going to take it and run a trap, and C.J. Williams is out over the 40 to the 41 or 2. They got 5 on the trap at their left guard. From behind, Stroud, the nose guard, was hanging on to him. Marcus Williams, the linebacker, had him. It's on the 41.5. It's second down, 4.5. Dogs lead 27-10. Jumped out 17-3 as Tech turned it over 3 times, and we used all of them. It's 27-10 right now. 3 wideouts, 2 left and 1 right, 1 back. Tech puts a receiver in motion. Stroman hands to C.J. They block enough. He's up over the 50 to the 45. Running well, they blocked. They came outside our left tackle. From behind, Muschamp was one of the men on him. And so is Philip Daniels, a linebacker, and Philip Benton, a linebacker. And Tech swept about 14 on a play in the first down, and the Jackets are coming down the field. Georgia Tech on a drive. 10:40-something to go. Michael Smith now is the tail, and they take C.J. Williams out. They go into a shotgun. Stroman standing behind the line and is going to stop and look, and they're going to sack him. And he fumbled, and everybody dives. I think Tech recovered way back on their 40, 15 yards behind the line. The Dogs sacked him on the other side of their 45, and then it squirted out. Travis Jones primarily on there. Silage, the defensive tackle. Offensive tackle on the right side. A backup behind Jason Dukes was a guy that recovered and saved him. And Tech now will be way back, second down, about 25. The ball on the 40. They have to go all the way to the Georgia, inside the 40 to the 35. Tech is second and very long. 9:47 in the third quarter. They're 17 down. Single back. Stroman underneath. Runs that trap. Michael Smith, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards out to the 50. From behind, slowly up. Corey Johnson, who got up awfully slow, tripped him from behind. Stroud had bumped him, but the play went 10. Third and 15. Tech's on the 50. Dogs lead 27-10, and Tech is moving it on the ground. I repeat again, Zire's gone. 3 wideouts. Shotgun Tech, third and 15 on the 50. Stroman lifts his leg and then drops back. Plenty of time. Whips it over the middle. He missed him. Incomplete. Intended for Zachary. Buster Owens thought that he himself should have had it, but the ball was thrown too hard and low. Tech is 4th and 15, and Jason Bender will be coming in to punt. 4th and 15. Chris McCraney now is the dog safety. Bender's had a fine year punting in the ACC. Georgia has 8 men on the line. Bender standing on his 36, a little bit of a low snap, gets a good kick, good long spiral. McCraney runs away from it, but it's going to bounce sideways on the 5-yard line and stop, and they put us in a hole. Flag down way back up here in the 40. Something happened between 2 players way on the 40. Tech kicked it dead to our 5. And now watch the penalty, you guys. Watch the penalty. Because they are sticking them on us today. Got a holding on Georgia. And so the ACC officials will hand them something else. Let's see. What do we got now? Where are we going? We're going to have the ball, I believe, but watch the penalty to take us down to the goal line. Let's see. 27 to Davis in the backfield. Bobo, the quarterback. We're in an I. We've slotted 2 men wide left, and Tech's come up into a 5-3. And now they're shifting more people. We go to the tail and try to drive it out to the 4 for a couple of yards, maybe. Davis tried to move. Wilkinson, the linebacker, primarily. Let's see where they spot the ball. They still haven't spotted it. Now they do on the 3. We gained a half yard from the 2.5 to the 3. We are backed up in a bad hole, but leading 27-10 in a grim war. Bobo has thrown a long, off-balance, high touchdown strike for us to give us a little more room. But now we're backed up in a hole. Pro set. 2 backs and 2 wideouts. Bobo dropping in the end zone to throw, and is going to throw a long bomb down the right side. And Hassan Graham turned around and caught it on the 45, and they tackled him as he came across the 50. Hassan Graham was smart enough to turn around, probably wondering if Bobo was going to get it there, and he saw it coming. The defensive back took another step or 2, and Hassan turned around and caught a long 45, 50-yarder. Flowers was the guy running with him all the way to the Tech 47, and Bobo hit Hassan Graham, who turned around and saw the ball coming. Dogs threw a long bomb from their end zone. There, Georgia, huh? Tech was a 5 that dropped to a 4. They're in a tight 4-4 now. 8 men in that box. Bobo underneath. Toss sweep, Terrell Davis cuts back straight through over the 40, dodging, twisting, 36 from behind. 2 men got him. Flag down, and we may have a penalty on the defense, but I'm guessing only because of the way one guy came over the top of him. Bulware, the tackle, and Pillar, the nose guard, got him. Wait a minute. Georgia's retreating, men. Davis made a great run down to the 35. Tech's got a lineman shook up on the play. Zach Pillar, the nose guard. Now, what do we got? What was the call? Because the flag fell right as the play ended. Officials still have the ball on the 35.
I don't know if it was a flag so much as it was a marker, because I think Terrell Davis may have fumbled as he was going down, and it looked like something white, Larry, that the official pulled out of his pocket and threw down.
Then it is no penalty. One of the Tech tacklers rolled over after the play and is out there on the 38 and down. Terrell Davis made a fine run. He's had a fine day. You got anything on him?
Yes, I do. Terrell Davis, I've got him at 19 carries for 86 yards to this point.
And I believe Zaire, when he got hurt and left us, was 13 out of 18. I think Bobo at the half was 3 out of 5. Tech's got a man, Zach Pillar, big freshman out of Tallahassee, up now and walking slowly but with some assistance. Georgia now has crawled out from their 2.5 with a long strike to Hassan Graham. And then a tough run by Terrell Davis. Boy, when he got healthy, he sure did give us a running attack, didn't he? Loran, what do you got?
Well, I guess you saw Terrell Davis holding his arm coming off the field. I think his shoulder's out of place, Larry, but I do think it's going to be okay based on what the trainers told me, that he will be able to continue.
Yeah, he's got his right arm down.
If that's the problem,
might be his hand. They're looking at his hand at the moment, his right hand, I think. Dogs first down on the 35. Got an eye. Bowie and Selma Calloway are the backs now. Tech's up in a 5-3. Now they drop back a little to a 4-4. And so Bobo hands it off, and Selma Calloway fights his way and maybe got 3. Little shoving every once in a while after the play. You see it. Dogs punched 3 short yards in there to the 32, second down. We run Hines Ward in. We put Juan Daniels in. We only got 2.5 yards from the 35 to the 32.5, second down. Third quarter in the middle of it. Dogs lead 27-10. Georgia now 3 wideouts, 2 running backs that are split. Tech's in a 4-3. Bobo coming back to throw. Whips it complete. Daniels got away from one man. He's coming across the 23, the 20, the 15. Bryce Hunter. It's Hunter in the corner. Close to a touchdown out on the 6-inch line. It was Bryce Hunter and not Daniels. Hunter thought he got in because he went through the pylon in the corner. Boy, did he turn it on coming right to left. Got away from a man and then sprinted away from 2 or 3, and Lathon Flowers had to get him. Bryce Hunter made the play from 32 and a half yards out, just inside the Tech 1, they say, where he went out. Bobo hit him just as the pressure was starting to come on him. Goal to go. They are 2.5 feet from it now. Davis, Bowie, and Callaway at the backs. Power I, and Tech is in what amounts to a 6-5. And Davis hurdle, touchdown at right tackle. Jarrell Davis jumped between right guard and right tackle and made it 33-10, and the crowd liked that. Hunter made a big play. Davis made a couple big plays. Hassan Graham really made a play when he turned around and saw the ball. And now Parkman will try the extra point. 6:37 in the third quarter. The kick is up good. And it's 34-10. Georgia leading. Timeout. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network. Dogs lead with 6:37 in the third quarter. Back down to their 2.5. Do that long 50-yard thing, and Hassan Graham turned around and saw it and caught it. And then he whipped one, and Bryce Hunter turned it into a big play. Lauren, what do you got?
Larry, you got a lot of enthusiasm here on the sideline. The Georgia team has exhibited a keen attitude throughout warm-ups, in the locker room, in the pregame, and here on the sideline tonight. I think they obviously were up and ready to play. They still, however, mainly because of what's being said by the coaches, not taking anything for granted. They know there's a lot of time left on that clock.
The Georgia band, Lauren, is holding up a sign that says, "We want a bowl game." The band has got this sign up, black on yellow, and says, "We want a bowl game." All right, Tekla, Perriman, and Flowers deep, and Cannon Parkman will be kicking off. Dogs lead 34-10. Parkman will approach it and hit it. Deep down the left side, caught a yard in the end zone. Lathon Flowers sprinting into the middle and knocked down. He was trying to get over to the left. Glenn Ford hit him. Trey Sipe hit him. And Gene Tootle on the kick covering team. And the ball's on the 20. Tech's first down there. 34-10, 6:30 to go. Tech on their own 20. Kicked us in a hole, and we got out of there. Tex Graham Stroman is the quarterback. 3 wideouts. The back is shifted over behind the right tackle. They run a man of motion, so now they've loaded the right side, and he throws over there with a screen to the flanker complete, and we knock him down to the 21. Charlie Simmons caught it, had 2 or 3 blockers all on that side, and Robert Edwards came up and played it very well, a sophomore, a cornerback. It'll be second down and about 9. Dogs lead 34-10. Again, to the best of our knowledge, Zaire's injury is a knee sprain and nothing else. Probably no more tomorrow. 3 wideouts left, 1 right. Snap, and back he comes. Stroman right over the middle, and it is complete to Michael Smith, who pulled away to the 30 and comes up to the 35-36 and a first down. He caught a bullet of a pass and got 7-8 more yards, and Robert Edwards had to come over there and hit him. Muschamp was helping him. First down, Georgia Tech. 34-10, the Dogs lead. 2 teams headed for major bowls got beat today. I know one of them still goes, but I'm not sure about the other. Again, Georgia men's basketball opens tomorrow night at 7:30 in the brand new Coliseum. Stroman underneath runs a trap. As he comes in, the Dogs grab him, Michael Smith, and he only got 2.5. Walter Rouse was the guy that had him first, slowed him down, and as he went down, he got help 3 or 4 numbers. You know, Marcus Williams has been in on a lot of stops today. Ball in the 37, 2 yards, 2nd down and 8. Dogs trying to win their 6th. Check up to the line on the 37. Stroman underneath. Going to take it and come back and look. Stop, fires a bullet, and it's intercepted by Bright on the 42. Bright to the 43, to the 35. Bright pulling and twisting, and they are going to finally knock him down around the 30. Greg Bright. You should have seen people wrestling. He had the ball up around his numbers with both hands, and, yeah, it hit him so hard was it tipped by somebody, and then he caught it? That's why it surprised Bright. He acted surprised. A big interception. We apparently deflected the ball. We'll try and watch and see. Yeah, I saw it, and in fact, it hit his arm behind him, and then he caught it. You could see it get tipped at the line of scrimmage by somebody on our right side or their left. Dogs get a break on another Tech turnover. They're on their 29. Bobo underneath, and Tech jumped. Offside in the middle, and then our center moved, and let's see what we got here. Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard, Arizona 7, Arizona State nothing. And that's in the first quarter. Got an offside on Tech. That was a tough luck interception because one of our linemen deflected the ball, and then our linebacker, a second or two later, turned around and hit his left arm. He pulled it in and then fought for 8 or 9 yards. Penalty, it makes it 1st and 5 on the Tech 24. 34-10, 4.5 minutes. Bobo gives it to Davis, and he's got room. 20, 15, 10 on the far sideline and out of bounds inside the 10. Davis really shot out of the corner, and Lathon Flowers, who's made a lot of tackles today for Tech, ran him out. He stepped out, they say, on the 10. It'll be 1st down there. We haven't had Terrell Davis healthy, as you know, all year, though he showed up that way for sure. He had been real early and showed up that way against Auburn. 1st down, and it's goal to goal. The front nose of the football is the length of a football across the 10. 2 wideouts. Tech's in a 4-4. Bobo, toss sweep. Terrell Davis going to go to the corner. 8, 6, 5, 3, and out of bounds. Big wide sweep left, and Nathan Perriman, the cornerback, was going to be the first man there to shove him out. 4:17 left in the 3rd quarter. Thomas in, Hassan Graham out. Loran, what do you got?
Got a big smile on the face of Travis Jones. He's the one that tipped that ball, Larry, on the interception.
All right. 2nd down on the 3. Bobo underneath. The Thomasville kid looked out. He said something, receiver in the right. He gave it to Davis, and Davis fights to the goal line and gets driven back. Davis went in at right guard, running behind Weeks and Paul Taylor, I believe, on that side. Weeks, the center, who started today. They got 2 yards to the 1 yard line. Going to be 3rd down. 3rd down, 34-10 lead. Dogs want more points and may need more before it's over. Tech in a real close 4-4. Give it to Terrell Davis. Touchdown at right guard and right tackle. One of the blockers was Steve Roberts on that side, who came up in triumph with his arms raised as Davis shot in there just inside of him, and it's 40-10. And Cannon Parkman will try the extra point. Tech puts 9 on the line. The kick is up. The kick is good. And it's 41-10, getting late in the 3rd quarter, 3:39. Timeout. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network.
Another Georgia Tech mistake results in another Georgia touchdown. That's 24 points off 4 Georgia Tech turnovers now for the Bulldogs.
Cannon Parkman kicks very high, coming down to the hash marks on the 6-yard line to Lathon Flowers, who wants to come to this side again, and here he comes to the 30, 35, 40. He stepped out somewhere between the 35 and 40. That's the 2nd time they run Flowers up that side, and Parkman, our kicker, was the guy that really bumped him out. Pause 10 seconds for station identification here. This is the Georgia Bulldog Network, a division of Paxson Sports.
This is Ray Goff, head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs, telling you dog fans to tune in to Bulldog Hotline Sunday nights at 8 here on News Talk 750 WSB.
News Talk 750 WSB Atlanta.
Tech goes into an I with C.J. Williams and Michael Smith. Smith at the fullback lined up spot. Stroman underneath. Now he shifts the backs and splits them. Off his own 40. Back to throw. Over to the left. Complete, but we hit him right away. 4-yarder. Jason Bender caught it, and Robert Edwards, a cornerback, hit him, and Edwards has made a lot of stops today. Tech's had a cornerback on that side who also has made a lot of stops. They give him 5. They put it up on the 45. 2nd down and 5. 41-10. A little over 3 minutes. Crowd starts to file out. Tech's in an I with 3 wideouts and Stroman underneath. They change the play. They turn around and talk to each other for a moment, and Stroman now drops back again. Fires to a man open on the left side, and Muschamp grabbed him around our 41. Just threw a quick pattern for 14 yards to Charlie Simmons, and Muschamp had to hit him. Muschamp had the greatest game of his life against Auburn. They put it on our 42. Tech's coming down the field, 2:46 to go, 41-10. We're in the 3rd quarter, not the 4th. Again, Zaire got hurt in the 2nd quarter and is gone. He knew it, too. Instantly knew it. 3 wideouts in an I. Fullback turns to the tail and talks to him, and Stroman hollered at his receivers, and Stroman takes it and goes to the far right side, complete, and we hit him on our 33. Harvey Middleton throwing sideline patterns. Tech is coming down the field. Marcus Williams, a linebacker, made a stop. Tech coming down the field, 41-10. The Dogs lead, and Georgia Tech's coming down. Last ball went to our 33.5. It's 2nd down and 2. I don't know what the total attendance was today. Freddie Jones never released the figure. 1 back, 3 wideouts. He goes to that I back, and C.J. Williams has a 1st down to our 28, 4.5 yards. Philip Benton, the linebacker, got him, and so did Whit Marshall, the linebacker, get him. 41-10. Nebraska hung on today and won a tough ball game with Oklahoma. It was a very low-scoring game. They could have had a weather factor because there was a front out there. That's what I hate about the Weather Channel. I always know everything that's going on in the weather. 1st down, they're on our 29. Stroman underneath with 3 wideouts. We're coming on him. He fires over the middle, complete. Muschamp got him on the 20. Todd Vance, a tight end. First time they've gone to him, and Muschamp was right behind him and hanging on. They got 9.5 yards. And Tech's coming down the field. They've driven now from their 20. Tech's driven 60 yards exactly. The paid attendance today was 84,113. I don't know how many are here. I would say 70-something here and another 180,000 out at the Georgia Mall. 1 back and 3 wideouts. Stroman underneath. Tech is 2nd and 1 and knocking on the door now. Stroman takes it and drops back and looks and goes into the corner, and he's got a touch. No, he dropped the ball. He would have scored. Charlie Simmons up both hands. Yancey was up there right behind him. Simmons dropping a ball on the numbers. We may have to look at the replay and see if he should have scored. I started to give him a touchdown.
Looked like it should have been one, Larry. I don't know if Yancey got a piece of that, but he had gotten beat, and that looked like he should have hung on to that. But let's check the replay and see if he got a piece of it and knocked it away.
3rd down and 1 it'll be. Yeah, Yancey got a piece of it. Old one-arm Yancey. 3rd down and 1. Stroman underneath. 2 tight ends, and he runs to C.J. Williams, and somebody tackled him 6 inches outside the 20. Young Frank Watts, a little midget playing right tackle out of Columbus, weighs 245. We read the play, and Watts hit him for about a 6-inch loss. It's 4th down and 1. They've got to get across the 20 for a 1st down, and timeout Tech with 35 seconds in the quarter. 41-10, and Watts made a defensive stop there outside the 20. Timeout. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network.
Only 35 seconds left in the quarter. Georgia leading at 41-10. Tech driving, trying to pick up some points. They started at their own 39. They've moved to just outside the Georgia 20. And Bulldogs not only missing Eric Zier, but Randall Godfrey. He's played sparingly because of that tender ankle. And Philip Benton has been in the ball game most of the time, and he's done quite a fine job this evening.
Yeah, Godfrey had a pretty strong first quarter, and then that ankle was gone on him again. He hardly got to play at all with Auburn, though he started there too and got action in the first half and then was gone. Last year, when South Carolina came down the field late, Godfrey missed that whole second half. Here comes Tech. They need a yard. And we bring a lot of people up, and Stroman is going to hand it, and we hit him. And there's a fumble, and the Dogs dive on it. We hit him so hard the ball flew 4 feet to the right. Whit Marshall hit him. They popped it right out of his hands. Philip Daniels got the ball. Tech went for the yard, cracking at right guard and right tackle, and he got popped. And the ball flew out, and it's another Tech turnover. 41-10, and Georgia will line up just outside their own 20. The ball moved forward maybe 9 inches or so on the play. Bobo underneath. Selma Calloway and Bill Montgomery are the I-backs now. Tech's up on a 4-4. Bobo kind of a long count. Fake to the tail. Steps forward. Fires on Hassan Graham. Had to turn around and drop the ball on the 35. And Bobo wound up on his back. Hassan Graham was open right in the middle, and the ball a little behind him because pressure was coming on Bobo. 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now Calloway comes out. 2nd and 10. We're leading 41-10. Hunter breaks out wide to the left. Hassan Graham to the right. Tech's in that 4-4 again. Bobo underneath. Pro set with 2 backs. Give it to Montgomery, and he got out to the corner. 5-10. Going to get about 15 and out of bounds around the 37-yard line. Montgomery showing surprising speed, one of the seniors. We really turned that side of the line in, though. The Dogs turned that corner in, and when he went to the corner, there was nobody there. Montgomery got 15. They say he stepped out on the 35. Now Hines Ward has come in. Dogs leading 41-10. Clock stopped with 15 seconds in the third quarter. Slot left. Bobo underneath. He's got the backs in an eye, and Tech's up in a 5-2 now, almost a 5-3. Go to the tail. Hines Ward straight over the 40 to the 43. Got 8 yards. Hines Ward shot straight ahead on that play for 8 yards, and the quarter's going to end. Ball up on our 43, 2nd down and 2, leading 41-10 at the end of the third. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network.
Heading into the fourth quarter, Georgia leading at 41-10 on their final regular season game of the year, hoping for victory number 6, which it looks like they will get, and hoping and crossing their fingers for a bowl bid. Checking the Journal-Constitution scoreboard. Arizona leading Arizona State 9-3. I didn't jinx you, did I?
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do.
Come on. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. I'm not going to tell you what Larry just did to me.
41-10, going in the fourth quarter. Again, Virginia got beat today and didn't figure to lose. Texas Tech got beat by Little Texas Christian. They had the Cotton Bowl locked up and they lost. That's really tough luck for the Cotton Bowl. That really is, because, you know, it's a dying thing anyway. It's going to have to shut down, apparently. And it's really a shame. An old famous place. Went there a few times and always enjoyed it. Dogs now on their own 43. Tech's in a 4-3. Mike Bobo underneath. Got an eye and 2 wideouts. 2nd down. Go to the fullback. Straight ahead went Bowie, and 1st down. He got 5. Larry Bowie straight ahead. We got a man hurt right near him. Who was it? A lineman. Can't have that. Adam Meadows is down. Ralph used the end, stopped him. Meadows was rolled back on his back and then went back up on his left hip where he had originally been, and Meadows is down. Loran, what do you got?
Well, we mentioned that Kevin McLeod was here and talked to him earlier. A lot of other former lettermen on the field. Robert Honeycutt, Chip Miller, and, of course, Bobby Towns, who is that official over there, Larry, who gives you plenty of time to get the commercials in.
Georgia have the Bulldogs 48.
Dogs ball on the 48, first down. Meadows came off the field. Bobo dropping back, looks, dumps it over the middle to a back, and Bowie's going to drive and run all the way to the 35. Cox and Rogers, the linebackers, got him. Bobo threw to Bowie and got 15, 17 yards or so. They'll spot it on the Tech 34. First down on the 34. Dogs lead 41-10 early in the fourth quarter. Daniels to the left, Hassan Graham to the right. Back split, Bobo underneath. Texan a 4-4. Bobo takes it and drops back and fires to Hassan Graham. A diving catch on their 18, sliding low. Flowers right on his back. Hassan Graham, a great diving, sliding catch, 16 yards, I believe, to the 18-yard line, first down. 41-10. Very early in the fourth quarter here. Brownholtz walks up to the line. Week started today and played a lot in the first half, and we have to take time. We didn't have everybody on the field that we wanted. Dogs take time here with 13:44 to play, leading 41-10. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network. Dogs lead 41-10, and we are on the Georgia Tech 18.5. Terrell Davis has had a great day running. Has a lot of yards. C.J. Williams of Tech was eating us alive in the first quarter and a half, and then Tech went away from him a little bit. Gave it more to Michael Smith and also was throwing it quite a bit. The two teams were almost dead even in yardage at the half, both slightly over 200.
Bobo's having a pretty good evening himself, Larry. He's now 8 of 11 for 161 yards and a touchdown. Combine that with Eric Zier's numbers. Georgia 21 out of 29 through the air, 276 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Dogs come up on the 18.5 in Tech territory, and I with 2 wideouts, and our left tackle moved. That's where we have a man hurt and we have somebody else lined up in there. Either our tight end or else Troy Stark. It may have been Maurice Harrell, our tight end, out on the left who moved. Clock is 13:44. Dogs lead 41-10. Zier got hurt in the second quarter. We had a chunk of a lead when it happened, and then Bobo got us some more. Ward and Bowie are the backs. Bobo, after a 5-yard penalty, sticks us back out around the 24. First and 15. Bobo takes it and drops back and looks and fires, and it is Bryce Hunter dodging around on the 13. He hit him right on the numbers, and Hunter dodged one man who was trying to take his headgear off, and the play got about 10, 11 yards. Fortune, the defensive end of the man that got him. It's now going to be second down and about 5 on the 13-yard line. And the official has got the stick over there near the 15. The ball is on the 13. I don't know what that means. Bobo underneath. Going to turn and go to the fullback, and Bowie drives straight ahead to about the 10. It will not be a first down. He hit left guard. Clock running at 12:57. Georgia leading 41-10. Ball now put down on the 11. It's going to be third down and a full 2 or 2.5 to go. Leading by 31 points early in the fourth quarter. Zier got hurt an hour and a half ago. Split 2 men. We got the backs in an eye. Tech's still at 4-3, and the backers are pretty close. Give it to the fullback. Bowie fighting at the tackle. They stop him on the 10 and drive him back. He only got a yard at right tackle. Cox was the first man in. Rogers, another linebacker, the second man in. Ball going to be spotted where? The crowd would like them to go for it. On the 10, it's going to be 4th and 1.
They're going to go for it.
Now, Ray, what are you doing here?
Rubbing a little salt in the wound.
The whole crew up here wanted to go for it. Old conservative Munson wanted a field goal. Slot left, 4th down, and we need 2, almost 2. Bobo's going to pass in the left flat, complete to Hunter, and they run him out around the 5. Went over there for 5.5 yards, and Perriman, the cornerback, got him.
Larry, that's the first time all season Georgia's converted on a 4th down. They'd only tried it 4 previous times, and now they're 1 out of 5 for the year.
Now Callaway has come back in the backfield from Colquitt, Georgia. Ball near the 5. It's marked on the 5.5. Goal to go. Ball barely outside of the 5. Tech's in a 5-3. Now they drop back to a 4-4. And so we hand it off. Driving to the goal line is Hines Ward. He got in there. Hines Ward at right guard got part of his body, headgear, and shoulder pads over there, and it is 47-10. And Parkman will come in and try the extra point. Hines Ward at right guard. We got to hurry and get a man off the field. Montgomery. Pellick to hold, and Parkman sticks it up in there, and the kick is good. And it's 48-10. Georgia leading early in the 4th quarter, 11:40. Pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Network.
5-yard touchdown run by Hines Ward caps a 57-yard, 11-play drive for the Georgia Bulldogs. They make it 48-10. Correction, that was a 79-yard drive, not a 57-yard drive. 79 yards in 11 plays as the Bulldogs tack on a few more. Now they lead it by 38. The most lopsided victory in this series for the Bulldogs was a 47-8 win in 1968. That was a margin of 39. So the Dogs on the verge of setting a new record as far as margin of victory over their arch rival enemies, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
11:40 to go. And Cannon Parkman will be lined up to kick off.
What's everybody looking at?
We're looking at you for trying to jinx the score and the point differential.
You guys are sick.
Perriman and Flowers will be deep for Tech. Parkman has been kicking off all day and into the night. Parkman hits it. We were way offside on this side. Long kick, 5 yards deep in the end zone. Flowers downs the ball. Watch it, men. Might have a little tussle over there between the 30 and 35. There's a wide-awake official to stop our linebacker and a Tech lineman from getting into it because there was 2 white jerseys and 1 red, and they were really wrestling. The senior Tech linebacker heavily involved in there with our Greg Bright. Tech's ball in their own 20, 48-10, Georgia leading. Stroman, the quarterback. 2 wideouts, 1 back. And he goes to the back, Michael Smith, who cuts back into the middle and picks up 5. And it will be 2nd and 5. Georgia band over there holding up that constant banner that says, "We want a bowl game." Gene Tootle on that last stop. He's off the kick covering team. He's now working as a linebacker. Godfrey got hurt early today and was gone. Tech is 2nd and 5. They trail 48-10. Stroman underneath goes to the tailback, and we ride him on the back as he cuts into right guard for 2.5 yards. An official stops him shoving down out around the 30. Travis Jones, the first man that hit him. Michael Smith took it out to about the 28, 3rd down and 2. 48-10, Georgia leading. Ray Goff just put his arm around Carlos Yancey and hugged him as he talks to him. Oh, one-arm Yancey. Shoulder keeps popping out. He keeps hitting people. Tex Stroman back to throw. Over in the right flat. Juggled and dropped. Thrown a little bit high. Vance had both hands on it. Tight end over on the right side. A little 5-6 yarder. Couldn't quite hang on, and it'll be 4th down. 10:30 to play. 48-10. Jason Bender, the punter, will come in. Jeff Thomas will be the deep man. We're without German again today, aren't we? He missed both Auburn and Tech games. We have to hurry and bring a man in, Edwards, and line him up along the line of scrimmage, where we have 8 men now. Tech 4th down, and the kick is a low, short kick. Thomas lets it hit on our 39, and now it's rolling in favor of the kicking team all the way down across the 29 and all the way to the 26. And Georgia will line it up on the 26, a 46-yard kick. Dogs lead 48-10. 10:15 to go. Repeating, Zaire got hurt early today. We had a good lead using turnovers, 17-3, I believe, at the time, or was it 17-10? And Bobo got us some more with some individual plays, also helping Ward and Callaway, individual big plays. Callaway in front of Ward, and now Bobo hollers out at his wide out to the left side, goes to the tailback, and Hines comes over the ball, curling up the middle, a yard or two maybe, but not much more. 48-10, Dogs lead. Bradford, the left tackle, hit him. Bainham, a linebacker on the right, hit him, and it'll be 2nd and 8. Don't forget, Georgia basketball opens tomorrow night in a brand new Coliseum. 7:30 game time. Pre-game, I believe, is 7 o'clock. Dogs play Western Carolina. Bobo straightens up, throws out on the flat to Hunter. It is complete. One-on-one tackle, pull him down in the 33. Nathan Perriman, their cornerback. Loran, what do you got?
Well, I just got back from the locker room talking to Eric Zaire. He has his knee taped up. He's in visiting with family and friends. And I said, have you got a message? He said, no, just tell everybody I'm okay and tell the Dogs to pour it on.
3rd down on the 28.5. We have to go to the 36. Sorry, we're on the 33.5. Bobo dropping back. Out on the right flat, it is complete, and Hines Ward is driven out, but it's a 1st down around the 40 or better. Hines Ward took one and then ran into the Georgia bench as the secondary got him. And the Dogs got about 9 or 10 yards. Georgia coming down the field. It's 48-10. Bobo getting extensive playing time, and when he came in there, men, we needed him. There's an I, 2 wideouts. Tech comes up now into a 4-4. Bobo, toss sweep to Hines Ward, needs a block, going out to the corner, and the secondary comes up and hits him on the 46. Hines only got 2 or 2.5. Rogers and Andrews, the linebackers, led the charge as Hines got out to the corner, gained 2 or 2.5. 48-10, 8:39 and the clock moving. Georgia women's basketball team defeated Ohio State 79-70 today as the new Coliseum started its basketball career. Slot right, 2-back split. Bobo looks at a 4-3 defense on 2nd down and about 6 or 7. Bobo going to give it to Hines Ward. He starts in, flag down, and he got hit as he barely got 1.5 yards. Rogers and Clemens hit him.
Well, the left tackle on Georgia Tech moved. I don't know if he was drawn offside or not, but the line judge on this side was kind of slow in getting a flag out of his pocket. Took him a while, didn't it?
The officials now are talking about it. There had been some movement. 5-yard penalty on the defense. Callaway led Hines Ward into that hole. Dogs lead 48-10. Headed for win number 6. Ball out on the 48. To the best of our knowledge, Zaire will be all right. Loran just told you he had a wrapped knee. I presume there will be pictures taken tomorrow. Second down and two wideouts. Tech comes up now into a 5. Now they drop back off a little. Now they're coming up into a 6. He goes to the fullback, and it's Selma Calloway who bounced outside and goes down to a first down around the 40. He hit left tackle and bounced out and turned it into about 8 yards. Ryan Stewart, the free safety of Tech, hit him. Pause 10 seconds here for station identification on the Georgia Bulldog Network, a division of Paxton Sports.
This is Ray Goff, head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs. The very best football coverage is right here on the Real Sports Voice of the South. News Talk 750 WSB.
News Talk 750 WSB Atlanta.
This really is Friday, isn't it? This is not Saturday. The Dogs have a first down on the 41. Bobo back to throw. They hit him just as he threw. Complete to Hunter on their 35. Hunter got inside the 30 and went down on the 25. Hendricks and Stewart hit him. Bobo wound up on his back again. He threw it just as they came in and hit him, but he got about 15 yards in the play and a first down, and the clock stopped at 6:39. You're telling me that our offense is 5,089 yards, which is a new Georgia record for the season? Well, we'll never again probably get 5,089 yards in 11 games. First down on the 26. Bobo underneath. Texan a 4-4, and he's going to give it to Hines Ward at left tackle, and he pulled away from one, and then they grabbed him on the 21 and bent him back. Calloway trying to lead him in there. Clements and Rogers, the linebackers, hit him. Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard, Arizona State 10, Arizona 9 in the second quarter. See, they're trying to do an upset also. Bobo has come out, and Brian Smith, a sophomore from Spartanburg, South Carolina, in. Bobo, who did a fine job for us when we had to have him, and he just gave us about 2.5 quarters. Marseille Simpson and Selma Calloway, the backs. Dogs are second down in the 22, and the handoff to Marseille Simpson, who's bouncing out and fighting for a first down around the 16. It'll be close. Brian Smith, the quarterback, is sophomore. Gary Joseph, the strong safety, hit him. From up here, he's got a first down inside the 16. We're running young Marseille Simpson from Norcross and Selma Calloway, a redshirt freshman from Colquitt. First down, the Dogs are knocking on the door, 48-10. Chosewood, Bell, Powell, Fleming are in that line. Brownholtz is still the center. He's playing the second half. Weak start, played the first half most of the way. We go to the tail, and Tech eats us up at right tackle, no gain. We tried to run at right tackle and couldn't get a hold. Bullware, the tackle there, and Bainham, the end there, stopped it. They gave him a yard to the 15, second and 9. Georgia leading 48-10. Again, the Dogs basketball kicks off tomorrow night. Second and 9 on the 15. Dick, it's going to be cold in the boat tomorrow morning. You better put some gloves on before you put your hand on that minnow pail. Brian Smith underneath, an eye with 2 wideouts. Toss sweep. And the toss sweep is going to go for 5 to the 10-yard line. Selma Calloway, flag down at the end of the play. Let's see what it is. Cox, the linebacker, and Stewart, the free safety, hit him. Selma Calloway running a toss sweep for 5. Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard, Arizona State 17, Arizona 9. All these people trying to hurt the Bulls. So many teams losing that were just automatically slotted into good ones. Tech's got a man down, hurt on the play on the 10-yard line. Dogs lead 48-10. Stewart, Tech's free safety, is down. Repeating, Sire got hurt in the middle of the first quarter. Does anybody remember where there was 17-3 then, or 17-10 when Sire went down? 23-10 at the time. Okay. 20-10 at the time. All right. Had a 10-point lead when he went down. And Bobo got us that long, off-balance, falling back bomb that Daniels turned into a great play. Bobo had first bobbled the snap and flipped it up in the air, then staggered back with a rush on him and threw it and showed surprising arm strength. Tech's got a man helped up. 4.5 minutes, a little bit better. It's 48-10.
That penalty was on Georgia, holding penalty, Larry, and it's moved the ball back to the 23-yard line.
It cost us a 5-yard gain. It should have been 3rd and 4, but now it is probably going to be 2nd down and long out around the 23.
You talked about Mike Bobo's numbers, the kind of day he had. Boy, was he effective. He came right in and didn't even bat an eye. He went 13 for 16 for 207 yards and a touchdown. That's not too shabby for the guy that might be the heir apparent.
The guy with the down marker on the other side has now vanished. He's given me trouble all day. Loran, what do you got?
Well, I was just thinking, Larry, 38-point lead with a little under 5 minutes left. Those old-timers who date back. And I'm thinking of two in particular, John Terrell, the world's greatest Georgia fan, and Dan McGill. You know, I know they are enjoying this, and they're smiling through this chilly night. I mean, that lead in this situation is heaven to Dan McGill and John Terrell.
All right, ball out on inside the 23. Yeah, and old Coach Bill Hartman, too, who retired today, who had his moments against Tech way back many moons ago. Dogs are 2nd and long back out here on the Tech 23, playing with all the reserves we can find. McCraney and Allen are the wideouts. No, we got a new wideout now. Drew Cronick is one of them. Matt Dixon is another. Brian Smith chased behind the line, firing incomplete. As somebody was about to sack him about 15 yards behind the line, Keith Brooking, a linebacker, blitzed in on him. It'll be 3rd and long. 48-10, Georgia leading. No, it is now definite. It was 17-10 when Zaire went out. Thank you. We had a 7-point lead. We were just trying to put our finger on how bad we needed Bobo to do what he did when he came in. Brian Smith, the quarterback. Pro set. 2-back split, 2 wideouts. Tech up there playing a 5, almost a 6. Now they pull back into a 4-4. And flag down, and there was movement by the Tech, their left tackle, but I don't know if our right tackle pulled him off or not. Procedure penalty on the offense. Dogs need better than 20 yards. Brian Smith runs a trap, and we run Selma Calloway in the middle for 4 or 5, no more. Bradford to tackle, fortunate end hit him. Dick Payne and Neil Williamson are spotters again, and it's been this way all year long. Kelton Dutch has come in, the split end. Kelton Dutch, the close personal friend of Dick Payne's. Dick met him on one of our charter flights and never got over that. There's an eye and 2 wideouts. Dogs are 4th down and 18. Around the Tech 25, toss sweep, Selma Calloway cutting back inside the tackle for maybe 3 yards. And the guy with the sticks had been wrong over there, I think. No, he hadn't. Now he's got it right. Noose, the defensive end. The first man on the stop for Tech. It's Tech's ball on the 22, 3:21 to go. We had a 7-point lead when Zaire went down, and he laid down for a long time on his stomach, then rolled over on his back. He knew. That's what bothered me so much about the injury, because he acted like somebody who had lost the kneecap, and that he knew it.
Willie Gonzalez.
Gonzalez is now the Tech quarterback.
I think he's a left-hander, too, I believe.
Gonzalez on a handoff through the tail, over at right tackle for 3 yards. I believe that was Jimmy Lincoln. We'll check on that. He has not been in today. Michael Smith and C.J. Williams have done all the ball carrying. And the gain was 2. Offense is going to lose Graham and Thomas and German and Robertson, Brownholz and Warner and Harrell and Terrell Davis and Montgomery and Zaire. All those seniors gone off the offense. 2nd down, 7.5 on the 25. And Tech's handoff to Steve Shivers, who cut in at right guard. They're playing some extra people. Now I'm told that 48 points is the most ever scored by Georgia against Tech.
34 for Georgia Tech.
On defense, Matt Storm, Carlos Yancey, Will Muschamp, and Travis Jones will be gone. Maybe Yancey could leave us his one good arm. 3rd down, 4. Tech up to the line. Gonzalez, the quarterback. Takes it and drops back. A left-hander throws over to his left. It is complete, and the Dogs hit him on the 34. Harvey Middleton caught it wide across for about 7 yards of first down. Buster Owens hit him right away. 17 seniors leaving, along with Coach Bill Hartman and those 3 walk-ons I keep mentioning, Exley, Hughes, and Willis. First down on the 35. Final regular season game of the year. Zire got hurt early. But Tech at that time, I believe, had already turned it over 3 times, which is why we had the 17-10 lead. Tex Gonzalez going to hand off to Shivers, who cuts back in at right tackle and comes all the way out into our secondary up to the 44. He got 9. He went to the right tackle and cuts back left. Alonda Sims hit him. Clock running sweetly down as the Dogs grab win number 6. All right, Scott, you can say whatever you want to say now. It's okay. Can't jinx us now, Scott. 68 seconds.
I wanted a field goal in that last drive so we could eclipse the margin of victory over Georgia Tech.
2nd down for Tech, a short 2. Gonzalez, the quarterback, and his handoff to Jimmy Lincoln, who's come in at the tail to bang in the middle for a first down. Sean Tremblay, a redshirt freshman tackle, hit him. Gain was about 4 yards and a first down. Clock is running. We had over 84,000 paid. Brown Holtz and Ray Goff hugging each other. Goff put a little discipline on him on the last road trip. They're hugging each other at the end, and Scott Brown Holtz played us a lot of center after coming off from the West Coast. He and Weeks shared it today. Gonzalez fake for Tech. Back, drifting to the right, throws, and it is complete, and the Dogs hit him around our 40, about 13 yards. Buster Owens hit Harvey Middleton. The clock stopped with 20 seconds. It's 48-10.
I think Ray may have gotten a dousing with the old bucket of ice water. He looks a little wet there. They didn't get him good enough, though. And
he is wet.
There's a big area of ice there around the 50-yard line.
Tech's got a first down on the 40 as they come down with Gonzalez, the quarterback, their 3rd-string quarterback. He's back in a shotgun. Now on the last play of the game, the left-hander looks and looks, floats to the right, throws incomplete, and the ball game's over. And the Dogs have defeated Georgia Tech 48-10. And that'll wrap up the year at 6-4-1. Disaster struck injury-wise today. We'll just have to check the serious of that overnight. Again, basketball starts tomorrow night in that new Coliseum. We'll be back after these words on the Georgia Bulldogs.